All right, let's get this other idiot on the stream. Not Ben. That guy's cool. This one. This is the first for us. We've never done this. I think this is the first time Perry Melbourne's ever come on my stream. Say something, Perry.
Yo. Hello. Good evening.
There we go. Everyone can hear you.
Beautiful.
That's pretty pog, Shan. All right, well, there's two of us.
It's very nice. This is the first time we've been together on actually one of our streams. Previously, it was on the commentating stream.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The best joint stream was the post Melbourne's regionals drunk games at Perry's. I've never watched it. Like, I've never opened it up and watched it, but because I was very abusive that night. I think I was yelling like obscenities at Joe. I don't think I crossed any lines, but like it was pretty. Nah. It was pretty black. Don't let anyone see. Don't let it.
Just like riding the high of regionals as well, and it was just like we were all in a really good mood. You did like a lot better than what you thought you would do, so it was just like exceptionally good mood. And then of course Joe was there. It was the first time we hung out properly with Joe.
Yeah.
So it was like it was bound to be amazing.
And we got smashed. It was great, and we're gonna do it all again.
We definitely are.
I've been thinking about the ICs actually, like, because I don't know if you're gonna do an AIC, but I'm gonna do it next year. So.
NAIC.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
And so, I know that when like the Melbourne TCG crew goes up, that everyone is gonna fucking send it. I mean, I was thinking about today, like I'm already getting ready to send it in, like after NAIC, whether I do well or not. Like, I think that's just gonna be sick. You have to come though. Like, how could you?
I've got a number of trips.
Sell the watch.
I've already said, like, I'm going to Japan and Korea in April, and I've already got to go and tell my wife I'm going to Japan again for
just send it.
World. So.
Send it before you have a kid.
Well, that's the plan anyway. So look, we'll see how we go. I'm just trying to look up actually what the date is for NAIC and whereabouts it is, because that'll be the big one.
It'll be May. NAIC is always May, I'm pretty sure. What's up, Big Irv? Hang on, dude. And Louis. Hang on, Louis. I'm pretty sure it's May. It's the last. NAIC is the last event before Worlds, or is there another regionals? Is it always in Ohio?
I'm not sure.
Ben said in Ohio, pretty sure.
I'm trying to find now when it's going to be, because like NAIC this year was after LAIC, which is Latin America. I'm
like 900% sure NAIC was the last event.
We'll figure it out.
OCIC is a blast.
OCIC is going to be good as well once they actually announce where the hell it is.
I'm not going to go to that
We're
one.
still in awe as like where is it? We know it's in February. We don't know whether it's going to be in Melbourne, in Sydney, in bloody Townsville. It could be anywhere. I'm
not going to this one. Do we get Ben on the chat?
Yeah,
do we get Ben in? Ben doesn't have a camera and no city. We don't know. If it's not Melbourne, then like that's just an absolute travesty.
Well, the last one was in Melbourne. The last OCIC was at the Exhibition Centre in Melbourne.
I'm going to add Ben. So Ben, wait, can I say your last name, Ben?
You said I don't have a camera. I'm like, I streamed before. This guy's a liar.
Oh, wait, do you have a camera on? We didn't put you on. We just didn't think. Let's put you on. Oh, there he is. Hello, big fella.
Hello, how are you?
You good. I can like swap between. I can like do this. I can like swap between who it is, depending on who's having a chat.
Oh yeah.
All right. Oh well,
there we go.
Let's. Oh well, this is Ben Kill 20.
Hello.
How you going, Ben? Do you want to? I'm good, man. Do you want the world to know who you are? This is. Make your fucking bed for a start. like.
Whenever I was playing COD on stream, that everyone just saw the bed. I was like, "Do you make that?" It's like, no.
Like, what are you doing?
There's like Pokemon cards on it as well. It's like sleeves and stuff, just everywhere.
Ben was nap.
Yeah.
We can swap between. I can do this, like depending on, but for some reason I can't get like both, and I don't know why. It's really annoying.
Make your bed, bro.
It says till death.
Oh, that's nice.
That's pretty cute. Is that your partner on the side?
Yeah.
Are you gonna make her sit through this?
Nah, yeah, she's loving it.
Okay. All right. Well, Ben, introduce yourself to the world because you're here now.
Hi, I'm BenKill20. I'm a Call of Duty streamer, and I've been playing competitive Pokemon for about 6 years, and qualified for Worlds the last 2 seasons.
And you did pretty well this season, didn't you?
Yeah, got like 409 points.
That's pretty solid. Did you play in the Open?
Yeah, I did. The day 2. If you don't make day 2, you play in the Open at London.
Yeah.
That one? Yeah, I went 5-5, so I missed out on points by 1 win.
Damn. Formula said I'm Ben and I have 0 Pokemon achievements. That's Luke.
Rough.
Yeah, that's Luke, yeah. He's actually not wrong. I don't even know how I get my points, because like I haven't won a cup, I haven't top 8 a regional, and I still just am at the front somehow.
But this is like a big season for you. You're pretty pumped. You're going to go to LARC.
I was thinking about it, yeah. I made a cool deck, and it only gets better with this next set, so...
Well,
Are you sponsored? No, I'm not.
oh, yeah, but soon. Soon. You are, aren't you?
Maybe.
We don't know.
Maybe.
Mate, okay. Docs that. So Ben is come here and Perry's here too. So I'm gonna have to just like flick between you fellas, right? So
Yeah.
the boys have come on and we're gonna chat about the Silver Tempest set list because Paradigm Trigger's set list got revealed fully today, and then we have seen a fair chunk of cards from it already with like Lugia VSTAR and that, and the Regidrago and the Regieleki. Usually when we do these streams, I haven't done one of these streams for a while because I kind of just got bored. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of got like bored of doing them, and they kind of take the fun out of it too when you just like look at the cards as JPEGs, and then you get the cards, and you're like, oh, cool. So instead of doing that kind of stream, we're gonna look at what's going to be good in this set meta-wise. We're having a meta discussion today. That's why I got Ben to come and help us because Ben's sweaty as, even though he has 0 achievements.
He's a very good player. Don't underestimate him.
He is really good, yeah.
Very, very good.
When I first played him, I think he was playing Zoroark box there, and I'd never played against it, and I was like, shit, one of these guys that plays these sweaty decks. And I just got very scared. But like he can play any deck, whereas like I'm a pretty one-dimensional player. I know how to play my deck well. So this is actually a learning experience for me too, because I was going to do this on my own, and we're sort of in a testing crew, us fellas, with Formula One man.
Yeah.
So we're taking it pretty seriously this season, which is why we're going to have a chat about it today. So thanks for coming on, boys.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
It might be a little bit janky because I always talk to chat. Ben, this is your first time being involved in like one of these streams, so I just will stop and talk to chat occasionally because people are going to ask questions. I know Norway Pokemon is learning how to play. There's a lot of people that are coming to watch the stream that are learning how to play, that have started to learn as I play more on stream too, which is kind of cool. So it's just something that like everybody can benefit from. We can have a good chat. So
Yeah, sweet.
how did you want to actually do it? Because I've got Poker Guardian here who pay me a lot of money to show their website all the time. They don't.
But you have the translations on that page?
Yeah, so
Yeah, he does.
Tuan Lei is a French national, I'm pretty sure, who's lived in Japan for ages. He's moved back now.
I'll link him to you if you want, Ben.
But Tuan's the dude that basically translates every card as soon as it comes out on Twitter. He's really sweaty too. I think he went like 5-3-1 or 5-3-2 or something. At Worlds, he played the Arceus Lucario deck. He did really well. But then obviously just missed out on day 2. But yeah, he translates them all. But I don't know if Tuan has translated all the new cards. Just looking at it quickly, it looks like there's a fair few missing.
It looks like he's done a good job.
He did a lot later this afternoon today. Like I saw that he was active on Twitter a bit later than what he usually is to do some more translations.
It looks like
But otherwise, it's the other source that we had to rely on first off.
Oh, I've never actually clicked on these parts of Poker Guardian. This looks like it has everything I need. Main set list. Oh, excellent. Oh, it looks like he has done it all. But the other cool thing that Ben did, because he's super cracked, is he made this, which is a tier list. And sometimes, like, the real sweaty players will make these lists. Yeah. And they'll go through and say, like, what is a really good card that's been revealed and what is a pretty booty card. It's a good way to just get a feel for what's going to be decent coming to this new format. This is pretty cool. Thanks, Ben.
No problem.
So
It's just 40 that like seemed interesting.
yeah, right. And you like just can know that straight away, right? You like look at it and know straight away. Whereas I'm just like, I'll be like, is this going to be good? It looks good. That just comes from like playing the game and knowing it heaps, pretty much.
Yeah.
Joe said tier list skull dead emoji, but we're only doing this so that we can. I mean, like I said, this is as much a learning. Shut up. First of all, Joe, shut up. Joe had a bad day, so he's at fuck him, right? We're only doing this because it's an easy way to just see like right in front of you what is going to be good and what isn't. So I reckon let's just roll with the tier list, and we can circle around to other cards later, and then come back to it.
Yeah.
You want to shoot? You want to start?
You can start. I reckon we just go
All right.
Pokemons, like basic Pokemons, then Vs, then items, then supporters.
Well, let's not do that. And let's
go
My screen.
You just go alphabetical order. It's fine.
because you
I think the Vulpix is not in that set.
no, it's in the other one.
Yeah.
I sent the other one there as well, mate. If you're stuck trying to find it.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll just say that art for that, like what's that bird called? That dragon bird?
Dragon bird. Lugia.
No, the Altaria.
Oh, the Altaria. Yeah.
Yeah, the training gallery.
That looks so good.
The one with Licia.
Yeah, that looks so good.
Yeah, it's drawn by like the most cracked. Where is it? It should be on this page. Is it? Or did he not put the characters on?
They won't put it on that list. There.
Luigi,
It'll
what
just
the
be
hell?
regular.
Like, why do you do this? Like, would you just not put it on? It's going to be on this, isn't it? This is like, he's like the most cracked Japanese artist, Ben. No, this is Yunishida. Sorry, I thought this was Naoki Sato. Oh, Naoki Sato did the Fennekin. But Yunishida, she's cracked as well. Yeah, Yunishida's like super.
That's in the bin. But that
is
art
it?
is mint.
Yeah, right. I actually have not looked. I have not looked at Incense and Arcana properly myself either. I forgot that it was Unishida. Shut up. Okay. I'll shut up and let Ben do the talking because he's the smart guy. So, tell me about Alolan Vulpix V-Star. Hit me.
So it does 160 for a water and 2 colors, and its effect is that it cannot be damaged by Pokemon with abilities on the next turn.
Which sounds good in theory, but it's super squishy. 240 HP.
Yeah, like it definitely makes some matchups just an automatic win. Like I don't think anything in the Lost Box could hit it if it's not running Giratina. So you just win it against Goodra.
Oh yeah, you do too, don't you?
Yeah, because if you just put a Wash Energy on it, the Sableye does no damage as well. So you just sit there and they do nothing because everything in that deck has an ability.
Ben, you just got called out by Tarmid, who has shit takes himself. He said you have the shittest takes. But why, Tarmid? Like, why?
That's so random.
Oh, I think because you said the card is in the bin. Yeah, but he meant like the play wise. He knows that he said that the art was really cool.
Yeah. I was going to point out the art is very mint and the card is not playable.
Yeah, which
I hate when they do that as well.
tends to happen a lot, doesn't it? Yeah. I know like Octillery was pretty good because that was a character rare, and so if you were playing Malamar, that was cracked. But it doesn't happen often. 70 for each of your opponent's Pokemon V.
Yep.
V-Star power.
Very good. Can one-shot a lot if you're like playing versus Mew. One-shot a Mew.
Yeah, right? Okay. Yeah.
It's 350 because they got the 4 Genesects and the Mew. They have a Mew on the bench. You're hitting 420, so just can one-shot anything.
But more realistically than not, you probably you face like 3 Vs at once. Like I'm thinking like if you face like a Kyurem deck where you probably got 2 Kyurem and 1 Palkia. So a lot of the time, unless someone's overbenching, you're pretty much hitting like 210 for no energy most of the time without any adjustments.
I feel like Kyurem's a free win as well because Kyurem has an ability, so it does not hit this.
Yeah, it does, and so does Palkia, which means straight Palkia, and then even trying to use Inteleons to get around that, still nothing because it's got the ability. So you got to find something else.
Yeah.
What about this card with a V-Guard energy and a big charm? Now you're on 300 HP.
Yeah, and you also run that water stadium that you do like -20.
Oh yeah, Lake Cruelty. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. It does have a lot of things going for it.
Is that in Arcana as well, or is that in Silver? Is that in Paradigm?
That's already out.
Oh, it's already out. Like Equity. Yeah. Right. Oh, yeah. That's Battle Region. I'm pretty sure. Okay. All right. Well, where do you plop this Ben in the list?
Playable.
Yeah, it is playable.
I reckon it's playable. It's
Even
not
just
gonna-
as like a 1/1 in like a Palkia deck, it's like it's just neat for a mirror matchup, if anything, or just as like something to like completely shirk those lost decks.
Yeah. The problem is that if you run like Rope and Boss, it resets the ability.
Yeah, and that's the
to-
tricky thing we were talking about
yeah.
this morning when we went into this, is that like you pretty much rope boss to get out of that.
Yeah.
Luke's saying playable. Oh, no,
It's
which is what we said. Yeah, which is B. Yeah, fair. Okay, cool. All right. Let's look at the Ariados. Is that Paradigm? It is.
That is Paradigm Trigger.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay, Ariados. Your opponent's Pokemon V-Star's attack costs 1 colorless more. You can't apply more than 1 Blighting Web ability at a time. Stage 2, or Stage 1, sorry. So you gotta evolve it.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. That's like that's a way to...
It's niche. It's very niche.
Yeah.
But you can't like slot that into like Palk Intel. It's kind of just... You can't put that into like a deck that's already strong on its own. Like an already
No, you chuck it in like
deck.
a deck that has the space to chuck in like either a 1/1 or a 2/2 line to be like extra annoying. Like I think back to like maybe 1 or 2 years ago when you had similar types of cards that did stuff that was like more along the lines of like it made VMAXs like it had to do extra energy in the same sense, or it had to be something else. Yeah, or you could put it like what Formula One said. You could put it in a Durant Mill deck just to kind of have it there to make it more annoying for your opponent, especially if you're already running stuff like Crushing Hammer. Makes it even harder for them to attack. So yeah, pretty much yeah. You chuck it in like a deck that has the space for it. Otherwise, it's probably not going to see that much play. I think it's more of like a fringe kind of card, if anything.
You put in Zoroark, then you don't have to evolve it. That's very good in that as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
it looks like a...
Fair call.
Slow it down. Yeah, it's just a stall. Like just get another turn, slow them down a little bit. It is a meme tier.
Everyone's saying memes here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, you lost your camera, Ben. We can't see anymore.
No, the Discord just randomly restarted. Don't know what happened.
Classic. All right,
Too much content.
there he is. Okay, so meme
Bad
tier.
and meme is basically the same thing.
Yeah, okay. Bad and meme. In it goes.
Yeah.
All right. Candice. Candice Ben. Can this card become a viable card in many decks into the future?
I just think it's funny how there is so much water going on and they just keep printing water.
Yeah, Aqua Patch
Yeah.
when, Ben? Aqua Patch when?
Or what like Irida is out, Melanie is out. Oh, what do we need? Let's just put another water thing going on.
It has a lot of support. Water is basically
Yeah.
the type
Although
of the
if we use
format.
Fire, unplayable.
Why do they do that? Like, what if...
I don't know.
Because Fire was pretty good in Sun and Moon era with, I guess, Reshizard,
Well-
GX, and Welder.
Yeah,
But now it's in the
it
mud.
goes around.
Is that usually what happens? Like, a type gets major support with each... what do they call it? Block? Yeah, because we're in Sword Shield block now.
Yeah, I've only played the Sun and Moon one, but yeah, I guess there was a lot of time where Fire was just destroying.
Candice VMAX.
Yeah, fair call.
I guess, like, Psychic's pretty strong in this format as well. Water's good. Psychic's good. Normal's good. Normal's about to get better with Lugia as well.
Yeah, true.
It's just, I guess, Fire and Grass are kind of in the mud. Grass looked like it was going to be decent, but then it wasn't with, like, Gardenia's Vigor. It just was, it was a poor man's Welder, so...
Yep.
Yeah. All right, so Candice. It's going to be so hard not to say Candice. Dick fit in your mouth. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. You may reveal any number of water type Pokemon and water energy cards you find them and put them into your hand. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck. That feels like a card that should say your turn ends after this. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, that's too much. That is ridiculous. No, like, no Radiant Greninja, no Irida, but you find a Candice? That's almost better. It's actually almost better to put Candice. It feels like it's almost, but you can't get items out of it. Yeah, okay.
No.
Yeah, right. It's pretty good.
There is one deck that's running this as a 4 of, and it's Dugong. Dugong.
Yeah, fair
Oh,
call.
yeah.
This. It'll just be hitting like everything it needs on that 7 cards.
Irida's still better. Yeah, I guess because of the item. Like, you pretty much always need an item. Good turn 2, swim freely. Alright, so
Yeah.
where are we putting this? I'd say this is playable.
Yeah, so a lot of decks can run 1 or yeah,
Alright.
playable.
We'll put it in there. In it goes. I'm just gonna jump around like randomly because there's some that like I kind of like that pick up on my eye, but then there's others that I just don't know anything about that we'll get to. So actually, what's one that got revealed ages ago? There was one of the first that got shown off, and it's just I can't remember. It's the fossil bird.
Archeops.
Archeops, here we go. Yeah. Okay, Archeops. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for up to 2 special energy. Oh, this is why it's so good. This is like the card for Lugia.
Yeah.
And then attach them to one of your Pokemon. Yeah, right. Okay. Well, this is massive. Well, maybe... Okay, let's talk about Lugia first then. So, Lugia is pretty much the main... What do they say? The main archetype for this set. Like the main V and VSTAR coming out of this set that's going to be really strong. So, Giratina was the main one coming out of Lost Origin. Palkia was Astral Radiance. Arceus was Brilliant Stars. So, for this set, Lugia is like the shit. The first one, this one's by Mitsuda Arata. Everyone's seen this one so far. What does it do? Discard a card from your hand if you do to draw 3 cards. So, turn 2, that's pretty good if that's all you can get off. Going second. And then 4 energy, you may discard a stadium in play. You pretty much never use that, would you?
Nope.
Yeah. That just doesn't happen. But the V-Star. Okay. Well, tell me about the V-Star. Tell me, Ben.
So you for 4 colors hitting 220, and is it the one that you have an option to discard the stadium?
Yeah,
well?
you may discard a stadium.
Yeah. Just a good amount of damage. What it needs to do. And its V-Star is during your turn, you may put up to 2 colors Pokemon that don't have a rule box from your discard pile onto your bench.
Why is that good?
This is very good with that other Pokemon you showed.
Oh, yeah, true.
Archeops.
Okay, so then we go to that. They're saying, did you say archetype? Yes. And we've established multiple times on this stream that I can't speak for shit, so you can laugh all you want. Archetype, sorry. Do I say Archeops? Is that how I say it?
I think it's a Archeops.
Archeops? Perry?
Archeops.
Is it like it's like a dinosaur fossil thing, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright. Thanks, Nerdy Melbourne.
You're very welcome.
Okay, one.
Very good card.
Yeah. Oh, because you can, if you have, I get it. If you have like 2 of these on your bench,
Yep.
you're accelerating 4 energy a turn. Holy shit, that's cracked.
This is very good.
You pretty much like always are attacking with this. Like, the second you get your... Okay, so tell me, do you quick ball this away? Like, do you discard it so that you can V-Star power it with Lugia?
You can even use the Lugia V to discard it and draw 3 before you evolve on your second. If you go second,
Yeah.
so it kind of like it's a good Lugia V because it helps what the V-Star is trying to do. Or you can just do it the other way, just Ultra Ball it away, Quick Ball it away.
That's actually cracked. So let's say you starting hand, do you run 3 of these or 4 of these? Do you run 4 of these?
You probably run like 2 or 3 maybe. It depends. Like, yeah, I wouldn't run 4. I think that's a bit excessive. But if you run 3, so then like you just about guaranteed that even if you prize 1, you've still got another 2 there that you can easily get access to and getting rid of them. So you can use Evolution Incense the same way that Zoroark at the moment tries to get rid of Gengars, so you just use the Evolution Incense to put it in your hand. Get rid of it with either Lugia V, with Read the Winds, or with Ultra Ball, Quick Ball, whatever else you can do to get them in the discard, so then when it comes to your turn 2, you can jump straight into Lugia VSTAR and VSTAR Power, use Star Assembly, get it on your bench. But it's not just the Archeops that you're kind of looking at and doing that big, like, 4 special energies straight from your deck straight onto it. You pretty much look at every colorless Pokemon now differently going forward, because it's like, does this make Lugia better from here on in? Because you only technically really need to do one of them. Because you think about it, if you attach turn 1, then you get Archeops out for turn 2, and then you stick an attach from hand to Lugia. So you technically only really need to use one of them on your turn 2. If you get other, like, colorless Pokemon out on your bench, then that's an additional ability you could potentially use as well in conjunction with this. Like, for example, I think the example that Wassy made when he was talking about this was the Porygon Z from Chilling Reign with Bug Transmission. Whenever you attach an energy card from your hand to this Pokemon during your turn, you may make your opponent's active Pokemon confused. It seems very kind of like whatever at this point, because it's like a card probably no one really remembers that much. But that extra bit of kind of like disruption to your opponent, it can win you games. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, those little things where it's a coin flip, you can definitely kind of stall out games, give yourself a bit more of an edge over your opponent, force them to do something else. But I think that's probably the best thing about this Lugia card, is it makes you think about every other colorless Pokemon that comes out from here on in, and how they affect this type of deck, and whether maybe it forces you to make a different type of deck now because of what it does. We
lost your camera, by the way, Ben, but
yeah, it keeps restarting. I don't know what's going on.
Discord will do that sometimes. One thing I was going to ask about this is, what is your draw engine on this? Like, how do you get cards in your hand? Because I don't know, do you play the Intel line with this, or do you play Bibarel?
You play Serena because you want to discard the Archeops and draw cards.
So you just want to be drawing. So it's similar to like decks that run Crobat a lot. Like, it's drawing. You're not searching for what you want. You're trying to find it by drawing a lot.
Yeah, because really, all you want to do is just get 2 of those out on turn 2, and then you're attacking every turn from there on out.
Yeah.
And the next turn, you'll just accelerate into another one, and you just keep going that way.
That is pretty cracked. So Serena, we fawn over it because Rare Card and Waifu, and we like Japanese cards a lot. But it is actually like, it's like Irida, the same way that Irida was really expensive from Space Juggler. And that was before I was playing, so I was like, stupid collectors gone crazy over this Irida card. Like, why would you spend so much on this day 1? And everyone at the time was like, nah, bro, like, it's actually, card's cracked. Like, you want this in your deck. And Japanese players love bling decks. So there was like Japanese players that were spending like $200, because I don't know, Ben, if you know, but the Japanese versions of the cards are always like stupidly more expensive. And so Irida was like 20,000 yen, which is like $200.
You're in a meeting.
Shut up, Joe. And they were buying 4 on day 1. So like spending $800 to bling out their deck. Serena's the same kind of thing. Discard up to 3 cards from your hand. If you discard any cards this way, draw until you have 5. Or you can boss. This is a really functional card. You can only boss V though. So you can't just boss anything. But this is a two-way card, I guess. I think it's pretty cool.
I would say straight away, if this is God tier, it'll so good, and it'll be so good for so long.
You're going to want to get full arts of this day 1, yes?
No, I'll wait a little bit.
Serena's on this list. So Serena's God tier, and I agree with that.
Yeah.
And I think Perry agrees with that too.
Yeah, of course.
It is such a good supporter. You're not running bosses anymore. All draw supports, you kind of combine them into the one card. So it's just doing what you need to do. But instead of it's cutting cards out because you're using less to do it. So you have more room to fit other stuff.
Yeah. And the next thing I was going to ask about this is, do you run 4 of this and no boss? I guess we don't know really until we test, because Luke made the point, or Formula 1 made the point. You start with a lot and then you cut as you test. You might still need bosses for when you don't match up against, like if you match up against Reggie, like if you're only relying on Serena to be your boss, then you're screwed.
But I'd be like, when are you ever just bossing the bench one up when you're playing against Reggie? You're sort of just like not trying to do that. Also, if you just hit Reggie, it's bad luck because they can lose the game by just playing Reggies.
Yeah.
It always depends what position Reggie's in, and that's kind of like what separates a good player facing a Reggie deck versus like an average player is that like you know what the Regidrago does specifically, so you can boss it up if you already know one's already in the discard and they've got no cards in hand. That's probably the only time you really do it, or if you really want to be oppressive and make them really search for rods, because you just keep knocking the same one out, making their life harder and harder. So like there is a place for it. It's just very, very. You need to pick your opportune moment to play it, the boss.
Yeah, right. All right, so
You have to just play like 4 cross switches and this.
you're laughing.
Because you have the room now, because you've cut out 4 of the cards and combined your draw support with your bosses.
That's actually so
Fair
true.
call.
That's massive. Okay, so Serena, I'm gonna call her Serena because it just sounds annoying. It's definitely Serena, but I'm gonna go with Serena. We'll go God tier.
It's good.
Lugia and Lugia VSTAR are meta tier, or are we gonna?
I would say they're meta tier.
Yeah, not that good yet.
You got to find the broken combo first for them. Like if there was a broken combo in this set, then you'd probably chuck it up in God tier. But there's nothing that Omega broken about it yet.
Yeah,
That you can that gives you the chance to chuck it up into God tier straight away.
yeah. Okay. And same with Archeops. That is also going to go meta because you basically need to run it alongside this.
Yeah, I chucked that in meta tier.
Okay. The cool thing about Lugia though, and this is the whole special energy thing, and I've never played when special energy's been cracked. Actually, hang on, wait, before we move on. Mr. Darcy said, Ben, I played your Mewtwo deck at locals and man, I struggled. It's hard. This is a deck that Ben actually cooked up with Mewtwo V-Star.
V-Union.
V-Union, sorry.
Yeah. It's good.
It is good. It was cool. I think
Very good.
no one really expected it.
Fun of it. Yeah, that's what I do. I just show up with decks that no one's ready for and they don't know what to do, and then all of a sudden you're just getting wrecked by something you didn't expect.
Well, that's a bit of like a meta call, and that's something that we haven't really talked about here, but people say like a lot of the real sweaty top players say is like sometimes winning events is about making meta calls and rocking up with something that you know your opponents aren't gonna that you know your opponents aren't gonna expect, and you can instantly tip the win scales in your favor. You know, all of a sudden, like 6 out of 10 matchups that day are pretty much auto wins if the person doesn't know the matchup. When you're playing over the board, when you're playing in person, you don't have time to work out the matchup. You don't have the time, otherwise you'll lose or tie, and your opponent
What's
will
this
beat
card
you.
do again?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Whereas if someone like rocks up against that deck and knows how to play against it, and they're playing Inteleon, they can map their whole game plan out around knowing how to beat it and attempting to. They're not necessarily going to mean they're going to beat it, but you stand a better chance. But yeah, you rock that. It's basically like Exodia. No one knew what to do. I never played it against it, thankfully.
I think it gets better with the next set. So,
Well, which card makes it better?
Serena.
Yeah.
And we may as well talk about the other god tier card that's coming with this set is the new tool card that you can search your deck for any card as a V-Star.
Yep. This is crazy.
It's so good.
Grove tablet.
Yeah. This is Grove tablet, and it just makes it makes a lot of decks better, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's So basically, let's say you run a deck. Oh, any Pokemon V this card is attached to can use this V-Star power, but you still can only use one V-Star power per game. So if you're playing Palkia, it means you can't Star Portal. If you're playing Arceus, you can't Star Birth and use this later. You have to make a decision, one or the other. So I don't really think if you're playing like Palkia V-Star, I highly doubt you would play this because you almost always want a Star Portal. It would be pretty niche if you were to use it. But if you're playing like Mew VMAX or something that doesn't have your attacking Pokemon doesn't have a V-Star power, then this is a great card. because you can search your deck for any one card and put it in your hand and shuffle your deck. And as JJ Ziner said, yeah, it works even when Path is played, which is ridiculous.
Yep, very good.
I actually think this is stupid. Like, this is a bullshit card.
Yeah, there's been a couple cards like this that's been made that just seems unfair. It's just like bringing the non-VSTAR decks back to being relevant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And making like good non-VSTAR decks better. Because Mew VMAX already got support with Lost City and Lost Vacuum. Were pretty good additions for it. And now it's getting more. Make it stop.
Luke just said single price decks get more value out of one Crobat. Yeah, just run a Crobat, slap this on.
Yeah.
Or even like a Luminion, grab a supporter, then grab any card.
True.
There's good combos that come out of it.
I think it like levels the playing field for a lot of cards, which I think are very good because it gives you a more like a deeper meta to kind of play up against. Which is like what I think the kind of the last set what Lost Origin did is it gave us a lot of different decks to play as a whole. Like it seems like a very big spread of different types of decks at the moment, rather than kind of previously where it was just like Melbourne Regionals, perfect example. Everyone in the top 8 just played Palkia.
Yeah.
And it was just like, how much do you really want to see everyone playing the same deck and literally watching your top 3 finals matches be literally mirror matches back to back to back? I think this tablet's really, really good. In Mew, does it really make it like that much better? I think it does some things for it, but it's still like, I don't think it's going to break Mew or anything. Like, there's people know how to play around Mew, and people have like know especially how to play against Mew, because think about how much Drapions being played, especially currently.
Yeah.
Everyone's chucking that just loosely in whatever deck they've got. Like the mirror match of Mew chucked in the Drapion, the one that the other guys were team building with Tricky Jim and everyone. They all chucked in the Drapion. Like, I don't think it's going to be... It gets you out of a pinch, but like I don't think it's going to be like that big for Mew, personally.
I disagree, respectfully. I think it's crack.
It's because you're terrified of Mew. You've played Chris too many times.
Yeah, I've played...
He's like stuffed you into the ground and you're like, nah, man, this deck needs to die.
I don't think Mew's like OP or anything, and like I detest it for that reason. I think it's just a really strong deck that has like, sometimes it feels like 70-30 against Mew. Like you will just 70-30 in Mew's favor. They'll win most of the time. They'll win that matchup. When I feel like matchups need to be 60-40, you know, like to be, because not every matchup is going to be favorable for every deck. But Mew, it just feels like a lot of the time it's always super, super favorable for most matchups, which is what makes it too good. I just prefer not to play against Mew. If someone said, would you want to play against Mew or not? I just say I prefer not to today because I fucking hate it. But you can beat it. I just think it is a card that, well, the thing is, Mew's got to get this card to be able to use it in the situation if it ever gets Path.
Yeah, they do.
But
they can't cherry pick it like at the moment. So,
but they'll attach it.
It's still an obstacle they need to face.
But if they know that they're going up against a Path matchup, like a matchup where they're going to get Path, they'll just pull it. They'll Rotom Phone it early or something, or like it's a high chance they'll get it with Fusion Strike system, and then they'll just attach it somewhere. But then I guess that paints a target on that Pokemon's back. So it's like, all right, well, I take that out before. Yeah, okay, it's not that bad, but it's good. Yeah, it's a cool card.
Yeah, it's a good card. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a really, really good card to have, and it's gonna actually ruin build and battles when this set gets released, because everyone who finds a Grove tablet is gonna have that much of an advantage over the next player.
They gotta get a V though to be able to use it, but yeah.
Yeah, you do, but that's like, it's pretty common that you do get a V as well. So, but look, yeah, it's a very, very good card. Definitely overshadows the other tablet, which is basically just whatever now.
Yeah.
But it is, I don't think it's going to completely break everything. I think it levels the playing field, I think, in the right way. So I'm really happy it's been made. So
yeah. Is it
You're not playing Palkia or Lugia or Giratina, you've got this in the deck.
Yeah, I reckon you're right.
So you don't reckon any VSTAR, and I don't reckon any VSTAR Pokemon decks are going to run this. You don't reckon either? No.
They want to use their VSTAR.
Yeah.
Because their VSTAR is what they're trying to do.
Yeah. All right, so playable because it's going to boon non-V-Star decks, but it's not
I
a.
think it's meta.
You-
because it's
Yeah, I
gonna-
reckon it's meta as well.
All right.
If you're not sitting against those 3 decks, they're probably gonna have it.
Mm.
Okay. Meta it is. One thing we probably should have spoken about this after we spoke about Lugia, but we'll just retrace. It's the colorless energies. It's the special energies. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is part of what makes Lugia. It's not so much that Lugia is able to accelerate energy quickly. That is one good thing. It's that the new energies that get introduced have very good. Well, they're special energies, so they do extra things. So, have you got guard energy on? Is that the previous set actually? Guard energy.
Yeah, it's in Arcana.
Yeah. Okay. So guard energy, which is on our. It is here. Yeah. When this card got revealed, a lot of people said this was shit. Actually, they're like, yeah, it's not that good. Little did they know that Lugia was around the corner. So, as long as this card is attached to a Pokemon, it provides colorless. The Pokemon this card is attached to takes 30 less damage from attacks from your opponent's Pokemon after applying weakness and resistance. You can't apply more than one effect of this card at a time, so it doesn't stack. Translation pending verification. You want to know why it says that? Because I did this translation. I remember now.
Oh, did you really?
And Primal hasn't verified it. It is what it does. So you can get rid of that.
It's good.
Thoughts, Ben? Yeah, it's good.
It'll be a 3-of in Lugia. I feel like Lugia isn't running anything but special energies. I saw Luke say you can run Melanie. You're not. You're only running special energies in the deck.
You don't want to run any water in that deck at all.
No. I would run Guard. I would run like 1 regenerative. I would run 4 of the powerful energies. I would run then the draw energies that if I get hit, I draw cards.
Oh, gift, yeah.
Yeah, I would only run those cards.
What about DTE? Would you run any DTE in your Lugia?
You would need like 2.
Powerful energy. This gives it okay. Because I was gonna say 220 isn't a whole lot, but powerful energy lets you do 20 more damage.
Yeah. So it gets you up to those numbers that you need to be at.
Yep. Do you need to get 2 powerful energy onto Lugia plus a belt? You do really to be able to start swinging, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Even just 1 in a belt is like extra 50. It's 270. That's already like hitting your low-hanging fruits. So and it's kind of at the point where it's just like, do people start doing what they were doing with Arceus, where it was hitting 210 with a belt? Do you just chuck a Zigzagoon in now, just to kind of ping and get that extra little chip? Like, it wouldn't surprise me to see stuff like that become a big thing. My interesting thing when I saw V-Guard Energy outside of Lugia as well was kind of that stacking with Sparkling Guardia as well, because that's another 20 minus from Pokemon Vs. So, like, hitting 50 less already off the bat. I'm a big Hisuian Zoroark stan, so I'm kind of just like, well, that's already 50 less. That's really good. I get terrified when it comes to stuff like Gudra having one of these on it, and then having Sparkling Guardia as well, because that's with its attack previously is minus 80. Now with an extra 50, it's minus 120 for each attack, which is just kind of really daunting to face.
Funny to say.
How viable it is getting this in there as well is a different story as well. But yeah, look, it's just something to kind of to think about, is like not just how this works in Lugia, but how this works in other things as well. Because I think it's got more uses than what you think, and it wouldn't surprise me if kind of a couple months down the line, someone found something super busted to put V-Guard energy into that just makes it really, really painful to face.
Your translation's wrong.
Is it actually? Oh, not like this.
It only stops 30 damage from Vs, not all Pokemon.
Isn't that what I said?
Nah, it doesn't have the
From your
V.
opponent's
Oh,
Pokemon.
my translation didn't have the V's. Oh no.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to cut this from the VOD. Yeah, I think the Pokemon V cutter. Oh yeah, okay. I didn't do this translation. That wasn't me. I think it was someone else. That's why it says translation.
You shouldn't have
pending
self-reported.
I
Shit.
was like, I just read it. I'm like, that's not right, actually.
Actually, no. Listen. Okay, V-Guard Energy, where are we putting it? We're going to put it in meta tier.
Yeah, it's right next to Lugia. And
Yeah.
Arceus.
It is.
Part of that deck.
Yeah.
It's pretty damn good. Okay. The other energies in this set. What else? Now, did Incandescent Arcana get other energies?
No, just got that one. It had DTE in it, but we already have DTE, so.
Yeah, that's right, because that was for sealed format.
Reprints going around.
Needs it to be consistent.
Regenerative, something like that.
Recuperation energy is listed on Guardian, which is an interesting one.
What Wash says it needs it to be consistent. The V Guard, yeah, it needs it to be consistent. Yes, it's a must-have. Well, the other thing is that plus Big Charm. It's like, who's knocking it out? It's really hard to knock out the Lugia VSTAR now. Got 340 HP. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So you can actually afford because one thing that scares me sometimes is if you're not one-hitting a VMAX, you're super vulnerable that next turn because you're probably going to get knocked out if you're playing a V-Star Pokemon, like Palkia V-Star. But if you charm and then if you charm V-Guard energy, you're on 340, and then if you powerful energy and a Zig and maybe a quick shooting intel, or you powerful energy, a Zig and a Leon, then you can do 280 as well without a bell, which is crazy. And so you can knock out V-Stars, or you can easily soften up whatever VMAX and then just knock it out the next turn. 3 prizes.
Yeah.
It's cracked.
You can also be sharing Lugia, but they're not one-shotting it. You just pick it back up.
Yeah. Oh, because it's normal type, so you can Sharon's loot. Yeah. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
The only tricky thing with stuff like Sharoning the Lugia as well is that getting the special energy off it and putting it back into your hand, because Archeops is only going to accelerate that energy from your deck. And that's one thing to kind of be weary of, is as the game kind of goes on, is that it's not like Reggie's where it comes from your discard pile and comes onto it. Like, once that energy's in the discard, it's the only way you can get special energy, correct me if I'm wrong, out of the discard is with something like, what's her name, Silene. Otherwise, it's kind of like, it's gone. And once it's in your hand, you need to mana yourself to get it back into your deck, so then you can accelerate it back out. So it's one thing to kind of be weary of, but it's something that people kind of realize with Lugia, is that if you do something like a Sharon, it's a bit tricky. You could play Wordier. Which Wordier is that formula?
The one where it comes into the active and takes all the energies off it. And hits
yes, I got that one.
Wordier V.
Wordier V, yeah.
Yeah. And it, you can also play Guru, so when you pick it back up, you just put the energy back on top, and you just chips it back out, and then do it again.
I get that.
Yeah, so it's got a lot going on, this Lugia.
There's a lot. Like, it feels like a deck that you have to take to LAIC. Like, it's this, because this was what I was thinking. Like, do you just take the newest meta deck to an event like LAIC, because LAIC is the first major of the new set, of the new format?
If you're taking this, please run a Dunsparce, because it's so easy to just put a Zapdos in a deck, and any Lost Box deck, just put 2 fighting and a Zapdos, and then you just hit it, and that's it.
You just auto win the matchup. The
Raichu in this Paradigm Trigger as well, the one that got revealed. Also for like Zorobox, for example, if you've used your V-Star ability, it does, I think, 140. It does 40 plus 100 if you use V-Star ability, and that's 280. So if you don't have charms or anything else, so actually it's just if you don't have any charms, because it's not a Pokemon V, you can one-shot it. So it goes through Guard Energy, it goes through Sparkling Guardy, so
weak to lightning. It's a flying.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Weak to lightning. But once again, that Dunsparce, you're 100% correct, Ben, is that if you have that out, then you don't have to worry about that weakness.
Oh yeah, it does. It does stop all of it. Yeah. So yeah, Dunsparce would be needed, because you would be, if you're either playing the deck or countering the deck.
Yeah. Darcy says Reggie's looking good now. I guess Reggie's never stopped looking good, though. That's the thing. Like, they can hit for every weakness except grass, but no one's playing any grass. So every fireball.
Dragons.
And dragons, yeah.
Yeah, or dragons. Dragons is a tricky one.
Is Reggie? I can't remember. Is Reggie's an auto loss to like Tina decks now?
You can like shred, and there's things you can do.
Yeah. Fair
enough. Also, I just would like to clarify for the VOD. Primal Lugia did not copy my translation correctly, and I found the receipt. So
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
yes, and I have posted it in the base chat of the Discord. By the way, join our Discord server. We shitpost 24/7. Shut up, he says. Yeah.
I think this energy is a 2 of in the deck.
This is recuperation energy. Yes. Okay. By the way, I totally missed this because I was too busy trying to find the receipt on Luigi.
Yeah.
So as long as this card is attached to a Pokemon, it provides colorless. Whenever you play a Pokemon
Luigi.
from your hand, to evolve the Pokemon V, this card is attached to heal 100.
Yep.
Okay. You know what? I'll watch the VOD and I'll just hear what you guys said instead of asking you again. And can you explain it twice?
I mean, why this energy is good.
Yeah.
'Cause let's say you go second as Lugia.
Yep.
You get 2 Lugias down, and you discard one of the Archeops from your hand to then draw 3.
Yep.
You then evolve. They hit you with like a cram for like 110.
Yep.
You evolve the back Lugia. You V-Star. You bring the 2 Archeops out. You use one of them to put the recuperative on the active one that's been hit. And you evolve the active one and take their damage back off.
There you go. Just like that.
Just like that.
Okay. It's meta. It's definitely meta. It has to be meta. These energies are cracked. Do these help?
I don't feel that good about that energy. I don't think it's that meta.
Yeah,
I think
it's probably not
playable.
It's playable. It's not as good as the other one.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be like a must in a lot of decks. I think it's good to kind of have it as an option in the playable, but yeah, I wouldn't call it meta.
Okay.
Personally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it
Option for Lugia that Lugia will like.
does it help?
Yeah, true.
Does it help like Arceus and other normal? Does it help any other deck really?
Probably not. Not as much. It's just that it would definitely just go with the Archeops because they can search it out. Because it's not like you're gonna be running a lot of them.
Yep.
It's only that card can search for it.
Okay.
For like those particular like needs.
Okay. It seems like the reception is it's very niche. It's very
niche.
very specific use case. It's a good searchable. Yeah. Okay. All right. Damn, we have not really got through this as much.
I feel like we just smashed out Lugia though, and that was the big one. So it's all
yeah.
good.
Yeah, true.
This card actually looks good. The what is it? The stone? It's like a tablet. The cross.
Oh, the other tablet.
What is it? Oh, well, okay. We'll look at the other tablet, which is Earth tablet. The Pokemon V. This card is attached. You can use it. Blah blah. So attach it to a V, and then you can use a V-Star power. Put damage counters on all of your opponent's Pokemon V until they each have 100 HP remaining. Shit. This looks like it's good. That's really good.
I don't think so.
That softens up like a lot of Pokemon though.
Yeah, but like, what decks are you really wanting to do that against?
You don't play Crobat in the Regi deck, do you? No. So you don't play. Okay.
No.
Thinking. Tina, no, because Tina's already hitting 280. Jolteon decks, maybe?
Jolteon. Yeah, Revel's got right with the Jolteon, but it's like, even outside of that, you've still got to get like the energy cost to be fed, and Jolteon only attaches 1 energy. And then even outside of that, it still uses that that badge as well, the elemental badge, over anything else. So like it's a bit funny to try and implement. The interesting part about this card is if you attach it to any mon that like gets rid of any of its colorless requirements to do an attack. Like you think about the Drapion, you think about even Zapdos as well. That Zapdos V is where it says its main ability is if you have, well, Zapdos is if you have however many Pokemon V, you minus that number of colorless requirement for each of your attacks. So you could essentially do this attack for free. So in that instance, it's very interesting to kind of play. But outside of that, it's kind of, I don't know what deck this immediately kind of fits into. It's funny thinking about this card in like maybe Greninja like V Union where it has that attack for 3 water energy that does 100 damage to everything. Like that's where this would be cool. But this is essentially Mewtwo V-Star's ability where it does to all your Pokemon V. It just does, what was it, like 100 damage to it, but that never got used. So I don't know how how good this was going to be, this Earth tablet.
I don't think the Drapion would make it less because of the same ruling that was with the Grove tablet, right? That like the stadium doesn't affect the tool because it's not the Pokemon. So
Correct. Yeah.
the tool
But
wouldn't get less because it's on the tool and not the Pokemon. It'll be a weird.
I'd have to read the cards like
the Drapion and see how it affects with this.
Yeah, because all I understand from those cards was that this Pokemon's attacks costs colorless less, depending on whatever the requirement is. So I'm in Chilling Reign because I'll read the Zapdos one now to see if it sounds like it makes sense. But it might be one of those judge rulings.
One thing that went over my head on this and I missed, and I should clarify, is 3 colorless. That's why it's not that good, because you've got to power it up. Yeah, if you could just for free drop 100 HP on your opponent's Pokemon V, no energy cost, that would be Omega cracked and broken. But no, you can't do that. That's too much. You have to...
a funny thing you could do with it would be like, I think in a Rapid Strike deck where you do that tablet attack and then you follow up with VMAX Urshifu hitting 120 to 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon when they've only got 100 HP left, and then you can do that extra bit of damage just to knock them out. And if you're playing against a VMAX deck with no Manaphy, no bitches, then you kind of just get knocked out and the game's over. You take 6 prizes in one turn. But yeah, I don't know how much it's going to get used.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be playable compared to the other one at all.
Yeah, there's such a big gap between the two of them.
But but playable still, or bad? Bad.
I'd say bad until someone changes their mind and finds something really broken to do with it.
That's a lot of the game, isn't it? Like, someone sees something we don't.
Well, we all thought Cramomatic was garbage when it first got announced, and then you look at how big that card's been. The same thing with VIP passes. Everyone was just like, why would I have 4 of these in my deck just to use on turn 1 and that's it? And then people are running 4 in their deck.
Chico said the same thing as Revel. Jolteon VMAX will clean the rest with this tool star. I gotta check out Jolteon VMAX's list and see how that works.
3 energy on it though. That's a hard thing to do.
Yeah, true.
VIP is still garbage.
Yeah, Formula's not a big fan of VIP.
It's like a Big Mac. Like, it's bad for you, but it's so good, and you can't ever say no to a Big Mac. And when it hits just right, it's like you're eating grilled. Like, it's the best. So like. Long live
but
Battle
in reality,
VIP.
you need to wash your mouth out afterwards because it's no good.
I got 3 turn 1 Battle VIPs on Wednesday night. It was fucking awesome. And I won, which was cool. That was a good time.
Was this against Justin and his new hairstyle?
No, I played Justin. Justin's the owner of Kraken, and he bleached his hair. It looks fucking sick. But he played Tina, and we went to tie, and I was molding Michael. I was really upset about it, only because,
ouch.
Like not because I didn't win, but because my new thing is I hate tying. Like, I fully understand why people hate tying now. I hate it, and so we had a really good match. It was like it could have gone either way, game 3, but we needed like 5 more minutes. I just wanted to see an outcome, and it was fine. But like, I just hate going to time and tying. It's so pain. Darcy, play quicker. I am playing quicker.
It's all a part of it. And like, we already had this discussion about playing quicker. It's like, you need to know your deck inside and out, which granted you actually do. It's just when you face those matchups, it's very hard because you get punished by your decisions. And all it takes is for you to play that a little bit quicker. And I watched that video that Henry did that was way back at regionals as well, where he got, I think his opponent got the 2 prize penalty for just doing that one thing a little bit too quickly. And you told me that you actually got a 2 prize penalty more recently because you drew before you promoted. And that's literally all it takes, is that if you're trying to play too fast, too out of your mind, all it takes is one little thing like that. Ryan comes over and he's like, nah, dude, 2 prizes to your opponent.
Yeah, which is fair. But, yeah, and Ben, actually, I want to know what you think of this, because I was having this chat with a couple of the fellas after about the format now has too many decks that require too much time, and because there's so many actions in their turn as well, it's making rounds last longer. Because before Lost Origin released, you had Intel basically in Arc Intel, Pulk Intel, whatever other decks running Intel, Intel box, whatever with Rain Charizard. That's like one deck that takes a lot of time to play because you're searching Lost. But now we've got Lost Origin with the Flower Selecting and the Colress, which takes a bit of mapping to get right. Now it feels like there's just too many decks that take long. So if you have Tina like that versus Intel, naturally the round just takes long. Do you reckon you need more time in a round now?
I just feel it's who's playing the deck. Because if you, like I was saying, if you know what you're doing with the deck, you've already knowing what you're searching for with Inteleon. You already know what you're getting rid of with flower picking. You just have to know your deck, and if you want to finish those 2 games in time, learn your deck inside out.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, Inteleon needs to go though, because that is ridiculous.
Well, I was a player that was new and started playing Intel, and now I look back on how I used to play and I'm like, damn, I did play slow. And a lot of players pick up Intel and then drop it. I guess new players pick up and drop it because maybe it's too hard. But yeah, it's a deck that looks enticing to someone because it seems so straightforward, but it's very, very not so much the case. It's very, very bloody complicated.
I just feel like when you're playing the Intel, like every turn you're searching your deck like 6 times.
Yeah.
You're playing Irida, you're evolving. It's just never ending.
Dar said you shouldn't be taking 20 seconds to every action. Wow. Okay, fine. Okay, I feel under attack, but okay.
Yeah, it's like when you're watching a stream of like someone and you know they're stalling, and it's like they flower picking and it's not their first turn and they have a battle pass and they're like, oh, I wonder which one I'm gonna put in the lost zone. It's the battle pass.
Can't get away with that. Yeah. Okay. Where were we? We put the Earth tablet into bad. Okay, let's look at another Pokemon, because this is like the corner of your deck. It's the archetype. It's what, I guess, when you look at a deck to play, you're looking and you're like, what Pokemon interests me here? Which big looking one looks interesting? Let's look at Regieleki. So, a Regieleki V, 1 energy, switch this Pokemon with one of your benched, 30 damage, and Lightning Ball. Sorry? Strafe?
Yeah. Strafe is like the most
Urshi,
generic move that you kind of see from like a lot of mons. Urshifu, Pursuin, Zoroark.
That kills a Soul Ball.
Yeah, it does. 30 for one energy is like good because it's just like strafe into like, if you're playing Palkia, it's like strafe into a bloody Miltank. It's like just be annoying.
Yeah. And Lightning Ball. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes 100 less damage from attacks. Okay.
I'll be interested to see if that still works when you evolve, or whether if you evolve then it's kind of like you don't have that effect anymore, because I know that like with status and everything else, if you evolve then you lose the status effect. With Lightning Wall, I wonder if that still happens if you evolve. I don't think it will, but I'm not 100% sure.
If you evolve, you're not using that attack. It's only during
but if you do that and then I suppose you're right. Yeah, you're right, sorry.
Yeah.
You're not. But if you wanted to, you could. If you memory capture it, you can use it.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah. But then,
Okay. And then Regieleki VMAX. The ability Transistor. Your lightning type basic Pokemon's attacks do 30 more damage to your opponent's active. And max rumbling 220. This Pokemon can't attack. So, I think from what I've briefly seen, you guys will correct me for sure, is you play this on your bench. Like, you don't necessarily attack it. You use it to boost other Pokemon.
Use it to boost something really annoying like Vikavolt V. This is for me, this card is Vikavolt V's last hurrah. Is some goober having 4 of these on their bench, giving an extra 120 damage to the dude's Vikavolt, where it's item lock 50 plus 120 plus 30 plus whatever else is going on.
Yeah.
And it just becomes extremely painful to face.
Yeah.
So we know Christian playing his Vikavolt V deck and how annoying that is to face. I can just imagine that even just running a 2-2 of this and having that on the bench is more than enough to just be really, really irritating for your opponent. Is if you're item locking and you're doing, even just 2 of them, which is what with Belt 140, that's heaps annoying. That just ruins Palkia completely. So I don't think this is going to be... I think you're right. It's going to be one of those kind of benched Pokemon that's there. It'll boost like a couple of things, but Vikavolt's the one thing that comes to mind that I'm just like, I just fear facing this.
I've never actually played against Vikavolt, so...
Oh, really?
It's not fun.
God.
I was hoping to actually... So I could just taste it. I wanted to see how it felt. But I've never... I'll have to hook up with Christian next time and get him to bring it. So I can see what it feels like to get item locked. Because yeah, Vikavolt, I was like, Vikavolt? Why does anyone play that? And then I saw, like just destroys Inteleon and most decks that use items.
You played that young kid in the for third place in the
yes,
the tourney that we and like I remember just watching him kind of giggling at himself because the opponent couldn't do anything with his hand and he kind of just didn't realize that like this is just the way it is that like once this is there then you just can't do anything. And so whenever they drew the big attack for I think it's 190 the main attack and they discard 2 energies, then you literally have to make the most out of that. And if you got a dead hand or you don't have the greatest hand or you just whiff, you're just in a huge hole that you can't get out of.
Yeah, Ben just said free retreat is nice. So Reggie's like the fastest Pokemon in the game, isn't it?
It's a good pivot, so
it has free retreat, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you attack with it, like, or do you run this as your leading attacker in any deck?
No, I feel like he was right. Just the Vikavolt. I thought this was garbage until he said Vikavolt does like an extra 60 now, and I'm like, oh, that's really relevant. If you're two-shotting a V-Star, yeah, it's definitely meme though. If you run it with Vikavolt, it is a meme.
Like, it's still nice, don't get me wrong, for like lightning and 2 colorless to do with DTE 200. That's still kind of nice. Like, that's a good number to hit, and then you can just, well, you can't attack next turn, but you got free retreat. It's the same thing with Mew in a way. So it's just like, I don't know. I think it could be worse. It could be a lot worse in terms of an attack. But yeah, I think it's, I don't know. Probably bad tier.
Could win.
Let's see. Yeah, I don't know.
Could win a league challenge.
Close a game with it. You could probably close a game hitting 200. Like,
yeah, you could.
Formula said you could win a league challenge with it, but it's bad tier.
You could win a league challenge with it.
Yeah, but probably not a regionals. No. All right.
Binding is a different type because they have to run the Dunsparce.
That is true. In it goes. Someone said pick Perry's nose with your cursor. What? 4. Okay, so we're putting the Regielekis into bad. Only because it services Vikavolt, and that's a pretty niche deck, but it is a good deck, so I don't know.
Well, Japan loves Vikavolt.
I feel like you should put it in playable because like it's gonna make Vikavolt better, and Vikavolt's already decent.
It sits on the fence. Like, Vikavolt's never like truly that good, and it like, yeah, I don't know. I'm leaning more towards bad than playable, to be fair.
Okay, I'll put it in there. Fair enough. It's the people's choice.
It's got stuff going for it, but it doesn't have enough.
All right. Trainer, this dude got revealed today. This is one of the new ones, and I don't think this is... Oh, actually, no, wait. Before we do that, Quadstone. This is what I wanted to talk about before. You may use 4 Quadstone cards at once. If you used 1 card, heal 10 damage from your active. If you use 4 cards, heal all damage from all of your Pokemon. This effect works 1 time for 4 cards. Bad?
Trash. Why'd they make this?
Yeah. It looks interesting, but no, it's bad. You wouldn't put 4 precious slots for this in your deck at all.
Yeah, it reminds you of like, what was it, the Clover cards, where it was like you have to get, if you get 4 of them, then you get a prize card. I think it is.
That is so much better though. But
of course, like that Clover card brought you so much closer to winning a game. This just heals everything, and kind of like, how often do you need to heal damage off of everything?
It'll be good in that, like, what was that other deck that Chris plays? Stone Journer with Kabu, and you're trying to get to heal. It's so niche. Trash. Move on.
I
reckon you're right.
I hope Christian watches this. He's gotten 2 call outs already within 10 minutes.
He's made a name for himself at locals. Like, for those that don't know, he used to play like quite a while ago. He put it down for the longest time, and he's come back into it. but he's very enthusiastic when you play against him, and he always brings something spicy or something very, very interesting. Like he brought that Vikavolt Drapion VSTAR deck out on, was it a Wednesday locals at Kraken?
Yeah.
Literally, Mahone did the video the day before, and he was like spaghetti out of the pockets to get the deck all together for Wednesday. Played it the first time, and I think he went 3 wins, no losses on that night as well. So
He played it at the Champions League in top 8.
yeah, he did too. That was that weekend following.
Yeah.
So he had a lot of fun with it.
All right.
Yeah, trash. Get
Put
rid
it
of
in the trash. Move
Yeah.
on.
Trash.
Why
Get
they
it.
print this? Don't know.
Why do they print cards like this? The percent you will have all 4 in your hand it's not happening, and you would not go searching
Just
for
double
it.
shady dealings. It's fine.
So bad.
Um,
What about our one stadium for our whole set?
oh, there is only one stadium they got.
Yeah.
The worker. No, the primeval. Oh, actually, just quietly. There's a dude on Twitter, Tate Whitesell.
Oh god.
He's fucking hilarious, and he put a tweet up with this card, and he said, "This card, the name of this card will scare many Pokemon players. Worker, It's like, get a job, you get it. It was actually pretty fun.
Jesus Christ.
I laughed pretty hard. Did you put this? You didn't put it on the list because it is trash. Draw 3 cards. and that's
Any
it.
job havers in chat?
The fun of it is, it's like a better how, or like whatever those ones sort of be. It does the draw 3, but does something else.
Oh, because it gets rid of the stadium. Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad though.
No, you
why
wouldn't play.
Again, why are they putting a supporter slot as this?
But she will have an expensive full art trainer card in Japan. So
Yeah, 100%.
You're not going to talk about how this makes Mew better? No?
Yeah, I said that to Josh, and he's like, "Nah."
nah.
It is a better Avery though, in Mew.
Yeah.
In Mew.
Yeah, for Mew, yeah. It's a better Avery, but otherwise, yeah. I don't know.
And
Okay.
the stadium as well is another trash.
This one here, Primeval Altar. Yeah, once during each player's turn, that player may look at the top card of their deck. Let me discard it. I mean, just play PokeStop.
Yep, just play Pokestop.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, that's one thing, one interaction with the worker is that you can Pokestop, you can worker, and then you can Pokestop, put another Pokestop stadium up there again, and then you can do it again.
Yeah, as long as
So, like,
it's not
worker
in the
has...
same turn as playing
Yeah.
Pokestop. Yeah.
So you play
Whereas
it,
in-
discard it, play it again. It's the same way that people were doing, like, stuff with getting rid of, like, Pass to the Peak with Vacuum, and then using Arceus's V-Star ability, and then just putting Path down again to finish your turn.
It's bad,
It's still
Tiel.
bad.
It's
It's
bad.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say it's bad. It's not trash, but it's bad.
I like it. I like that, like, a lot of the time, like, cards come out and people are like, can it be good? Like, can we
that
work it in
stadium's
somewhere?
trash.
But yeah.
Does this break the meta?
The stadium's trash, but the support is just bad.
Yeah, the supporter's no
Yeah.
good. Do we have... Oh, wait, we do have her. She is on the list, but we're going to put her
Yeah.
into trash. And that's also trash. I don't think anyone is ever going to play that.
No, the stadium. Yeah. Get rid of that.
Yeah. Okay. The Radiance. Have we really... Let's look at a Radiant. Radiant Alakazam was Arcana. I feel like most people
Yeah,
have
all,
talked
all
about it.
3 of them, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's right.
That's it.
Yep. Once during your turn, you may move up to 2 damage counters from one of your opponent's Pokemon to another one of their Pokemon. And then this attack does 20 damage for each card in your opponent's hand. You don't really attack with this. Would you? I don't know. No, 2 energy? Nah.
Yeah.
I don't feel like this will be played at all.
Nah, I think you're right.
Move.
Zigzagoon does what it's doing better
Yeah.
and not taking the Radiant spot.
Yeah, that's the main thing. It's taking the Radiant spot. And the Radiant spots are pretty important. Like, every deck is playing a Radiant for the most part. So, you want to make sure that whatever Radiant you put in is a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't see you playing it over Greninja or Zard, which are like the 2 best Radiants. Gardevoir is good, which is not in this set. That was Lost Origin.
Mm-hmm.
But the other one, I think, is Jirachi. And then there's Serena.
Serena.
Yeah.
Alright, so Jirachi. If this Pokemon is knocked out by damage from an opponent's attack, search your deck for up to 3 cards and put them in your hand and shuffle your deck. That's pretty good if it's what you start. and your opponent is forced to take a knockout because it's in front of them. But
Yeah.
apart from that,
The only thing is like later on in a game, if you're playing against Lost Box and they say buy onto this, then you just get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Yeah.
oh right,
right.
true.
Because it's placing counters, it's not doing damage
Yeah,
per se, so it's tricky.
it's like, yeah, if it was like also what Diancie did, where it like can't be gusted out, then it would be pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
But it's not. So, is this bad tier?
You'd rather be, that's, these are all, I'm pretty sure all three go in the bin. Why they make these when they already have such good ones.
Yeah, true. I think like Jirachi's bad and the other two are trash, to be fair.
Serena, what does she do? Does she stomp you?
She
Sadly,
heals
no.
20 a turn. Something like that. Heal 20 from all your Pokemon.
Yeah.
Okay. And then remove all special conditions from this Pokemon, which you would just never do. Okay.
Yep.
Bad.
Bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, bad.
Bad. Actually trash even compared to other Radiants.
Yeah.
Like, why would you ever play that?
Yeah,
And that's
trash
the
for that.
Radiants.
Yeah.
All right, let's look at Unknown, because I was surprised to see Unknown get a V card, but they got one. Unknown V. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. Actually, hang on. Chat's talking. Let's just... Chat said, Wash. Serena is like a crystal cave. Hard to replace Gardevoir or Greninja, though. Well, yeah, Gardevoir in that case is better because it's just going to do 30 less. So that's better automatically. And Greninja is like staple. Like, you need to play it for the most decks. So, based in Stonjourner deck. Oh, yeah.
Not really over Guardy, because like, what do you want to do? Do you want to like stop damage retroactively, or do you want to stop damage as it's happening? You kind of want to stop damage as it's happening rather than retroactively.
That's a big word,
Right.
but it's a good word for that situation.
You can't heal it off if you're dead by 10.
Yeah, correct.
True.
And that was the biggest argument when that card came out, is it's just like, unless they're spread damaging on all of your mons, it's kind of like you don't really want to use it, do you?
Yeah. All right. Okay, Unknown V. So 30. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. Okay, that's not bad. I don't think there's any real meta deck at the moment that is confusing your opponent. Like, I feel like the first time I got confused was like 5 months into playing. I was like, oh, I'm confused. What do? Do I?
I feel like you're only ever using this before like you evolve it, so it'll be like your first turn if you go second, and then they'll just be evolving, so it's irrelevant.
Ah, true, yeah, because when you evolve, status elements go away.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, if you have exactly one prize remaining when using this attack, you win this game.
Yeah.
Sounds fun. Free
energy though.
How do you load it up? Yeah, how do you load it up? Well, does
Shadow Calyrex? Maybe?
Lunatone, I was thinking about with energy switch.
Yeah.
The Archeops...
That's extra steps though.
Yeah.
The Archeops?
Yeah.
You have to what, sorry?
Get
them out. And because it's a stage 2 otherwise, if you're not running Lugia, it's like, it's what happens with most stage 2s. They just get kind of like banished to the fucking lost zone. As it's just like, this is probably just too hard to play.
Lansdowne said Raihan, which is true. And Luke said, Formula 1 said Thornton. That's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thornton's probably a better one to say.
That can...
Thornton did that.
You could potentially win the game like on a massive comeback with Thornton. If you put that as like okay, forgive me if I sound stupid, but could you put this as like a one of in the Lugia deck? Or like any deck that has... You could put this in like anything. It sounds cool.
You just wouldn't want to start it, right?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, winning like this is gimmicky. It's a gimmick. It's a meme deck for that reason, yeah.
Yeah, if you have one prize left, you just play boss.
Yeah. True.
Just play Serena.
Yeah, true. Okay.
You should have 4 of them, so...
I'm just entertaining the idea. I'm playing Devil's Advocate, which is the worst. All right. The VSTAR is the main point here. Try power. Flip 3 coins. This attack does 70 damage for each heads. And the star power. Until this Pokemon leaves play, it gains an ability that has the effect all of your opponent's Pokemon's weakness is psychic. Okay. Give me the spill. How does this work? Is this good?
If you can do that and not get knocked down your next turn, it's good.
But then you have to play
think if you
dark
can-
types?
Huh?
What
You
if,
play it with like a Lunatone or something, and then your Lunatone's suddenly doing 60 instead of 30 for each psychic.
Yeah, okay. Do you play... Yeah, okay. Oh,
The other thing
weakness
that
is
I
psychic,
saw
not
with
the weakness
this
is
was
dark. Sorry, my bad.
if you yeah.
Sorry, go. Shoot.
I was going to say, so the thing that I saw with this when it first got announced was if you do this with Shadow Rider, where it like continuously accelerates energy, and then like just say after you've knocked out something initially, then you play this down the Unknown VSTAR, where you force someone to either have to boss this up and knock this out, the Unknown VSTAR, or they have to try and go through a VMAX. So you kind of give them the option of like, you either do this, where you try and gust this up and knock it out, but then you've got more energy on other Calirexes and everything else, where they just kind of get closer and closer to just that one-shot capability. Or you go for the VMAX, where it doesn't matter. This V-Star power being in play means that your weakness to Psychic anyway. So you kind of force their hand. You force them to make an impossible decision. You try and force that win con, like a turn or two earlier. So that was the only interesting thing I saw with this card kind of coming out that early, but otherwise it's very kind of niche.
Yeah.
250 is not a lot of HP to kind of have to knock over,
Yeah.
I feel like
Anything right now can hit that.
I feel like
Yeah.
almost everything can hit for at least 240, 250 in this game, like pretty easily.
I should
It
say
has a bit of
until
the
this Pokemon
Vulpix
leaves
problem.
play. Yeah. I should say until this Pokemon leaves play, but also gains the ability that this Pokemon can't take damage on its next turn. It's like, as soon as you do that, it's dead. You've wasted your V-Star power. Luke just said opportunity cost of using an attack for 0 damage, but then ADP used to use an attack for 0 damage.
Cool.
Yeah.
Touche.
Cool. But that was a juicier attack though, to be fair.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like switching to taking an extra prize card or hitting weakness every time.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
It is trash.
It
Bad-
sounds
bad to
bad.
trash.
Yeah,
Bad to
yeah,
trash.
yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, I hadn't actually looked too closely at the Unknown, so I was kind of hoping it was going to be kind of niche, but it's trash. I think the fact that it's so soft, like it's so squishy, is just, it makes it terrible.
Yeah.
You can blow it over with a light breeze.
Yeah, pretty much. Omanyte, that was kind of random. That got revealed recently. What does it do? Omanyte. Is it even in this set? Wait, I spelled it wrong. Omnis,
in this
or is it
spell.
Omnistar? Sorry, it's Omnistar. Wait, which one is it in? It's in
Paradigm Trigger.
Where is it, Luigi? Am I spelling it wrong? Wait, Omastar. Sorry, I can't spell. My bad. Omastar V. Search your deck for up to 2 Pokemon that evolve from item cards that have the word fossil in their name. What am I reading?
That evolved from the word fossil.
What Pokemon do that? That evoke what? Oh, wait.
Archeops.
Oh.
Archeops. Yeah. It's the Archeops stage 1 evolves from the item.
Wait, does it?
Yeah. So if you go to Archeops, you see it's
That's why it's a
stage
stage 2.
Wait. It evolved.
Basically,
Wait,
one.
Archon.
It's Archon.
Oh,
From
what?
the-
Oh, I didn't know this. So okay, so the fossil. Oh wait, is this? I've seen this card like 1,000 times in my life, but I've never actually read it. Unidentified fossil. This is an old card, isn't it?
It's a reprint.
It's a reprint, yeah. Okay. Play this card as if it were 60 HP basic colorless. At any time during your turn, you may discard this card from play. So what? Do you put it on your bench?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
chuck it on your bench.
Can it get
You
killed?
just can't. Yep.
Yep.
So it's like a Pokemon, but it's an item.
Yeah.
So how do you get
Do you
it?
take a prize for it though, Ben, or not?
I would have to check. I don't remember. These card doesn't really get played.
Okay, so
That often.
so wait, how do you get the Archon out then without the fossil?
You use the attack that Pokemon, the Omastar, can just search out the Archon and put it down. You
So-
take a prize.
So do you have to play the Archon Do you have to play Omastar with Lugia VSTAR then?
No, because Lugia VSTAR just brings out the Archeops. This card is basically a worse Lugia.
Okay, so this is just like a jobber card that they put in to like also play with Archeops, but yeah, you just would never use it.
There's also another fossil Pokemon. I don't know if it's in this set. It does like 120 plus something if you discard a fossil from your hand.
Okay.
And the Omastar, if you play only 4 Omastar and nothing else, you're always going to start it. You're always going to attach to it, and then you're always going to bring out the 2 Pokemon that you need to bring out. Because you can't start a fossil. It's not a basic Pokemon.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because it's an item. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to start. Search your deck for up to 2 Pokemon that evolve from item cards that have the word fossil in their name and put them in your bench. So you basically just get out your Archon with 1 colorless. And then,
yeah.
And then if the defending Pokemon is an evolution, it can't attack during your opponent's next... Why would you play this? You wouldn't, would you?
I'm trying to find the other card real quick.
Okay.
There's another one that comes out with this, I'm pretty sure.
Omastar puts Archon into play. Lugia puts Archeops into play. So
in Paradigm, if you want to look up Anorith.
Oh yeah, Anorith.
That's the card that you'll probably be bringing out.
You may discard 1 unidentified fossil from your hand. If you do, this attack does 120 more. 2 damage?
You'll be swinging for 150 for a single prizer.
Yeah, not bad. And what does Armaldo do?
The deck.
That's
trying to do.
Yeah, okay.
Because they run the twin energies, so they only attach once. They attach a belt, and then you're hitting for 180.
Oh, you hit him for 300 against Lugia and Arceus.
Nah, Lugia's weak to electric.
Oh, is it? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
There I go. But
Lugia resists fighting, actually.
Yeah, so it's even worse.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's what this deck is trying to do. It's just not doing it well. It's
okay.
There's just better versions.
Okay, so Omastar, bad?
Bad.
Yeah, just wouldn't play it.
What about the other attack, the Tentacle Knot? If the defending Pokemon is an evolution, it can't attack during your opponent's next turn.
Stall?
They just retreat. They just switch. And
yeah, you just switch, but it's still like a little bit annoying.
Yeah, it's annoying.
But it's not unbeatable, so yeah, I'm with Luke. Why would you? I'm just like, my brain says why.
It's a meme.
Yeah, it's a meme. Yeah.
Again, they're just wasting V spots.
Pretty much. All right. There is a few here. I guess let's look at Gardevoir, because I know this is like a really good card. That I think everyone needs to get familiar with like ASAP. So this came out in Incandescent Arcana. Once during your turn, you may discard a card from your hand. If you do, draw 2 cards. And the other thing, I guess, we'll look at, just look at this whole line. So, Ralts, it doesn't really do much. You just put it down. But it evolves into Killia, which has the ability of Refining. Once during your turn, you may discard a card from your hand. If you do, draw 2 cards. So, this is a new draw system, basically, that probably will replace Inteleon, yeah, when it rotates outside next year. And then Gardevoir does the same thing, but also hits for 120, which, hey, what else hits for Inteleon? Sorry, I spoiled it. Inteleon also hits for 120 as well, with 2 energy. So
yeah, I think it's just it's kind of a better Chinchino as well.
Yeah, that's what, yeah. One of the guys was saying that Gardevoir also lets you search a supporter. It doesn't. It is literally just, I think it was Ben, if you're watching. Got it wrong, bro. It is just draw 2 if you discard. But it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I think it replaces, you play like a 4-4-2. So you don't need to bring out the Guardy. It's just nice to like, you can trade with the Corellia and then evolve in the Gardevoir and trade again.
Yeah. One thing though that Ben mentioned.
I'm saying trade because that's the ability an old Pokemon used to have that did this.
Yeah, so you can start your turn, draw, and then if you have the Gardevoir, you can evolve and do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're basically drawing 4 cards in one turn by discarding 2.
Yeah.
One thing Ben did say though was Killia evolves into Gallade, which is fighting, but attacks with the attack has a psychic and colorless requirement. So you can actually get off a fighting like tech, one of in your deck, using that as well. I think it's the Galar that came out a set or
I
two
think it's
ago.
in Chilling Reign.
Or is it the old one from Chilling Reign?
Yeah.
Is it in this one? No, this is the...
The guide from Chilling Reign, it's got Faint for 1 psychic energy, just for 60, or it's got Dino Blade for 2 colorless. This attack does 60 damage for each of your opponent's Pokemon V in play. So, 120 for 2 Vs, 180 for 3 Vs for fighting. So that's like, it's not too bad. It's the NC Empire illustration that should have been a rare.
Oh, that one, yeah. I just can't remember which Japanese set it's from.
Arceus is knocked out if they do that.
Yeah,
So
you take out an RCSV. So it's kind of cool.
There is a Gallade that can search for a supporter though. That's a psychic.
Ah,
there is too. It's from I think it's from Lost Origin.
Astral Radiance.
Ah, okay.
There you go.
And does 160 for a psychic and 2 colors. So you put that in there. Just another thing that you can have.
That's actually pretty sweaty.
Yeah, if you ran like a 1 Guardy and then 1 Gallade, like that's pretty good for like having like discard 1 from your hand, draw 2, and then having this buddy catch as well to just be able to use. But
yeah,
it's once again it's a stage 2, so it's just like how good are stage 2s?
But if you, how many Gardevoirs are you running in a deck? If you're running this Ralts Killy Gardevoir line,
You run a 2 at most.
so you could
You don't want to take up too much space.
you could do
Same with Inteleon.
you could do Gallade and Gardevoir if you're playing Scoop Up Net in that deck. That sounds true.
Because it rotates with Inteleon scoop up.
Oh right, true. Okay, so
Yeah.
The Gallade is every turn as well. By the way, you can search for a supporter every turn.
Yeah.
that's pretty
That's
good.
pretty good.
You always need supporters. Do you? Okay, so what deck do you play this in? This is what I was thinking about. Like, where do you put this?
You can find a deck that like requires you to discard shit on the regular and then run like 3/3, 1/1, one of each. And that could be interesting because it's like you've always got that trade ability, and then you've got this buddy catch as an extra as well. So yeah, it's like it just depends what your deck's trying to do here. If it's trying to keep discarding stuff, this is probably a good engine to use. Otherwise, you have to kind of pick and choose.
All right, so
Like
if you
Zorobox wants to discard.
Yeah, Zorobox. This is a good engine for Zorobox. Very good point.
you can play it in Pulk as well, you can discard your waters, but the only thing is that you lose. I mean, Pulk's going to lose Inteleon anyway, so you lose your
And you've already got Greninja for discarding your waters and everything else,
Yeah.
so it's like, yeah, I don't know.
Do you need to put a Psychic Energy into Palkia if you play this? Just to have the option?
Not really. Well, for the Guardi's attack, yeah. For Gallade, not really, because when are you really ever getting
You're not going to
2 other
not for the
extra
Gallade.
energy onto it?
No.
Yeah.
Well, this is definitely straight up. This is meta tier. These are going straight in.
Yeah, I think they're pretty
be good.
easily meta tier.
All right, let's move on. Dragonite. Why'd you put this in here, Ben? I was like,
It's with Regidrago.
Yeah.
okay.
Pokemon that can attack copy.
Search your deck.
So you want to start with Regidrago,
Yeah.
and then we'll go from there.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm like, yes, the Reggie deck. Yes, go on. No, Regidrago.
Oh,
Regidrago. It's the new
Actually,
one.
speaking of decks that require stuff to be discarded, you could probably use that engine in this Regidrago deck. Maybe.
Yep.
Because you're looking to discard stuff. So I'll let you read the card first and then we'll get into it.
All right. I'm going to let Ben read this one this time. Ben.
Regidrago. Yeah. Do you want to do the basic? Because did you put it in Japanese for me? That's
Oh, okay. Yeah, go. Discard the top 3 cards of your deck. Attach any energy you discarded this way to this Pokemon. That's pretty cool. Discard the top 3 cards of your deck. Attach any... Yeah, okay. Yeah. Is it?
And then the
No choice?
the VSTAR. I
Shoot.
don't think the second attack's ever relevant.
Hit me on the V-Star. Go.
No.
You can choose the attack of any drag in the discard pile and use it as this attack.
I remember this one now. Yep.
And its V-Star is that you can discard the top 7 cards of your deck and take 2 cards from your discard pile and put them in your hand.
Okay. Now, I know that this deck relies on all dragon types and them having like fat attacks that have huge energy costs like Flygon V, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm smart.
I feel like
Flygon.
this is a card that's nearly there, and when when the sets keep coming out, because more dragons will come out, they might release another good dragon later on that will bring this guy back.
Yeah. But even this looks good. You put Flygon V in this deck with the Regidrago. So I think the idea of this deck is that you put different dragon types in it that you're then discarding. Sort of like what you do with Zoroark box.
Look up Garchomp V as well. That's a good one.
Yeah. Actually, I looked at the Garchomp V and I'm like, why is it good with the Garchomp V? So you'll have to explain that. But this one looks like this is pretty huge, 160. And if their opponent's active as a Pokemon VMAX, it does 160 more. So 320. Choice Belt, knockout. Awesome. On a 2-prizer V-Star with the Regidrago. That's pretty cool. Garchomp V. Okay.
It's second attack, Sonic Strike. Although the only downside of it is discard 3 energy from this Pokemon. This attack does 220 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. It could be benched, it could be active.
And all the normal Vs are 220 right now, so you're on putting any benched V and taking 2 prize cards.
But you have to discard 3 energy.
Yeah, which means you're kind of starting from scratch again. You probably need to retreat it or do whatever else.
What's the retreat cost on the Regidrago?
I think it's 3. It is 3.
So you gotta rope it, cross switcher it.
I feel like you do want to be playing those cards that discard 3, because this deck probably would be running like stuff like Cheryl or something that could heal it, just because it has no weakness. And once you've discarded energies, you can just heal it.
But how do you keep getting energy onto this?
If you play it in the Lost Zone, which you probably will be, because you want to copy Giratina and the what's it called, the
Gate.
Gudra.
Yeah.
You'll just Mirage Gate it.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Oh, so I was wrong because I was like, damn, it looks like Lost Zone's not going to get any like cool boosts or cool support. Doesn't really look like it's getting a whole lot of support, but it is getting other cards that can utilize Lost Zone, which is pretty cool. Okay.
And if you guys still want to look at the baby Dragonite that we were just looking at,
yeah, okay, let's go look at that Dragonite.
That's one of the ones that was coming out with it, so we can copy that attack.
Okay. Search your deck for up to 3 basic energy and attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like. Then shuffle your deck.
So you can attack with 1, accelerate to the next one.
But you gotta get 4 energy on, that's a lot.
No, you don't. You then have to get the Regidrago's one.
Oh.
Copy this.
Same thing.
Okay. Okay. That's actually really good. So you get the Regidrago up. Let's say you haven't Mirage Gate yet because it's still early. You use Regidrago's ability and you get your energy on by doing that. Is that? Wait, no, hang on.
No,
you don't do that.
No.
So you have to gate the energy onto Drago basically to do it.
Yeah, you have to get the energies onto Drago.
And you need
somehow.
7 for Mirage Gate, isn't it? Yeah, so...
Yep.
Which is doable. You can get that done by turn 2. Okay.
Yep.
And then you hit with this Dragonite, plus a Choice Belt, maybe a Zigzagoon, 220, which is pretty good. Takes out almost all Vs.
Yep,
Every V.
They just have like a smaller Pokemon, like a Luminion or a Crobat.
Yep. And then you're loaded up for your next turn. You've got 2 Regidragos gone. Yeah.
Ready to go.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's kind of cool, actually. I can see that being pretty fun. Dragonite then goes into Meta Tier. Oh, wait. Okay, hang on. Now this is where I'm like, well, it sounds good, and you can play it, so like it must be meta. Where does it land?
I think it's probably going playable.
Yeah.
But we also didn't talk about Lance or Noivern because they were brought in for it as well.
Lance the supporter. Oh yeah, true, because everyone's gone back into full out Lance. Search your deck for up to 3 dragon type Pokemon, reveal them, and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Okay. But you want to discard those guys.
Yeah.
So you
discard them.
You quick ball or ultra ball them away or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Just get rid of them, it's easy.
Just get rid of them. Play Corellia, just discard it and draw more cards.
But if you're playing this with like a Lost Zone deck, aren't you going to want a Colress?
You can, but you could also do it like someone was showing me like a Gardenia Vigors list that you could Gardenia, so you would play the Corellia instead.
Yeah,
So
right.
you would, like
You've got options with that Regidrago VSTAR to like do like 3 different engines essentially as to how you want to build the deck, and that's probably a good thing because it's like you can't just block one engine. When you've got other potential ones that you can run instead. So, like I don't think Lost Zone 1 would probably run a Lance in it. I think it's kind of you wouldn't really want to do that. You'll find other ways to get rid of it. But I think in the other 2 you could potentially do it. It just kind of depends how you're running it, and you kind of do it all to suit, really.
Yeah.
Formula 1 said you wouldn't play this with Lost Zone engine.
Yeah, you wouldn't play the Lance with
Yeah.
Lost Zone.
Oh, yeah, okay, so you would... Yeah, I get you. This would be like a different engine of the Drago deck. Yeah. All right, okay, so
I'd be terrified running Lost Zone with the V-Star, because if you have one off of Dragon cards and then you, for example, then you use Flower Picking and you got the choice of that or something else that you need, it's kind of just like, shit, what do I do? And Ben knows this because of his deck and his reliance on cards that simply cannot end up in the Lost Zone.
Yeah.
So I feel like you put yourself in that same position running Lost Zone with the Regidrago VSTAR.
Yep. All right. Are there any other...
Yourself in a position where you pick up like the Giratina VSTAR and the Grudra VSTAR, and you're like, well, what sort of deck am I like? How am I going to play this matchup?
Yeah.
So I have to get rid of one of them.
Which are there any other dragon types in Paradigm Trigger that are going to complement this besides Dragonite? Or
I think Noivern had something funny. That's
Yeah,
what I
it
put
does.
there.
It's got the double colorless attack, which is you basically just knock out your opponent's sparkling Pokemon, which is pretty good fun. And then the second attack, which is you do 70 damage, and then you draw 7 cards, I think it is. Draw until you have 7 cards in your hand. So, like, that's just nice support, really. If your opponent's Pokemon's only got like a little bit of HP left, and you've got no cards in hand, it's just like 70. So you knock out, and then you just draw up to 7, and like that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
I think would be a one-off again. Just another dragon that would make it in.
Yeah. Okay. So then, to me, they sound playable.
Yeah, I think Regidrago is playable, and it would definitely be running the Dragonite, so it's playable. And then the Noivern's a bit of a meme, but like it could be in there.
Yeah.
The Lance would not be playable because I reckon it's not good yet enough to run Lance.
Yeah,
it's running the Lost Zone right now.
Yeah. Okay.
I think you're right.
All right. Formula said Lance is bad. Lance full art is base. Ben, did you know that Lance has never had a full art card ever?
That's pretty busted. Is it getting one?
Well, it should. Like this is his next chance.
It's been leaked.
Oh, has it been
Sorry
leaked?
to tell you guys.
What? You fuck! I didn't know that.
Oh, come on!
I actually did not know that. I did not know. I swear, I did not know that.
You try and tell everyone you live under a rock?
No. I did not know that. I know.
It's probably in your Discord.
It's no, because we have a no leaks rule. Like you don't allow to post leaks in the Discord. It's like it's a no.
Don't worry, mate. Claire still hasn't had a full art, or even just actually a regular trainer card. I don't think.
Please
so.
stop. You just violated me with that, bastard. All right.
You violated the law.
You stop. You have violated the law. All right.
I think we have one supporter left and one item left.
All right. Let's bash through them. What's his name? This supporter.
He's the one right under where you're looking.
Yeah. So this is Well, hang on. Let me interject here. This is Plasma Gale Colress, but worse. Am I right? Am I right, fella? I'm right. It's. What?
He just left the chat.
I know, he just left. He was like, that's it, I'm head out. He didn't want to borrow that.
I don't know why he keeps doing that.
That's all right. You did it at the most opportune moment, Ben, so that's perfect. Thank you.
Brandon, you can play this card only when it is the last card in your hand. Draw a card for each bench Pokemon in play. Both yours and your opponent's. Yeah.
It's basically like Rapid and Single Mustard. It's like, I don't know.
Does it help? No, it doesn't even help Arcanine because you don't want cards in your hand with Arcanine.
Yeah,
nah.
Trash.
Oh, it's trash.
Just
someone will find a deck to use it in, but like even then, it's still trash.
What's this item card? This last one.
I like it.
What's it called?
Is it the Incense?
I don't know what it's called. So find it maybe.
Aroma. I think it's Evolution Aroma. I think it's called Capture Aroma.
Oh, is
That's
it
the one that I'm
Arcana?
looking at.
That is it.
Capture Aroma. Okay. Translation pending. This one wasn't me, so if it's wrong, not my problem. Flip a coin. If heads, select an evolved Pokemon. If tails, select a basic Pokemon from your deck. Show it to your opponent and add it to your hand, then shuffle your deck. Yeah, okay. That's like Evo Incense, but better. Oh, no, because it's not guaranteed.
It's not really.
Yeah.
You're forced to make a choice. You don't. It's not as if it's Ultra Ball where you can just pick what you want.
Yeah.
Like think about if you have this later on in the game and you need an evolution Pokemon and you flip it and you have to pick a basic Pokemon. It's kind of just like, well, I just wasted this.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think. I think it's bad. I think it's bad / trash. I don't think it's a good card.
I think, yeah, I'm agreeing with you now, but when, like, what's for, like, I think Level Ball's going, I think Evo Incense is going.
Evo Incense is going and Quick Ball, I think, is going. Level Ball's still around for another year.
Yeah.
So
Evo and Quick Go, this is pretty much going to be it.
yeah, it is. You're going to have to flip a coin more often than not, which is disappointing.
Why more cards that require coin flips? I don't like that.
Yeah, neither do I. I don't like leaving it to chance.
I like that it doesn't have like with Quick Ball you have to discard, Ultra Ball you have to discard 2. This is just for free. Just play it.
Yeah. But Level Ball's for free. And yeah, I guess because they're rotating.
Evo that's going.
Yeah.
When's the Nest Ball reprint? That's what I want to know.
Oh, that's busted.
What did Nest Ball do?
It is too busted. Nest Ball was literally just Quick Ball without having to discard anything.
Oh, that's like when I saw Cherish Ball the other day and I was like, Cherish Ball did what? I was like, a GX for free in this economy? Jesus.
Yeah. If you could V for free, man.
I know. Be flying. It would be like machine shotgun. It'd be like fucking Warzone, like everyone dropping it. I know Ben loves
but
this
they
one.
know how good that would be, which is why it hasn't been done. So
Yeah.
Imagine Mew VMAX with like search your deck for a V.
Sheesh.
well, isn't that what to a degree? Isn't that what Featherball is for Mew? It's just like 0 retreat, just pick a Mew out and then a Mew VMAX.
Yeah, but if you also search the Genesect, so it's even
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Capture then becomes playable. Yeah, not meta, but playable.
based off
Yeah.
the rotation.
Yeah.
It'll be,
Yeah, true.
yeah.
All right. Damn, we actually got a few. All right, what do we got?
We can probably speed through a fair number of those.
We got Arcanine here. You guys were having a bit of a chat about the Arcanine in the Discord. So, Hisuian Arcanine. As often as you like during your turn, you may move a fighting energy from one of your Pokemon to this Pokemon. And then for 4 colorless, this attack does 30 more damage for each fighting energy attached to this Pokemon. So you trash, shifting energy around.
Yeah. Luke pointed out that the colorless Pokemon does it better. So it doesn't.
It does. Wordia does it better, and it's like the only way you make this card work in my mind is if you have like Baby Zapdos, and you already have the fighting energy in hand, and then you kind of just move it like that. But it's like it's too difficult otherwise.
I also got the Cloydol there to go with this. That's something that does fighting stuff as well.
Yeah. Once during your turn, if you have no supporter cards in your Discard, you may attach a fighting energy. That's so like
in my Discord.
Oh, your discard. Sorry, that's so like pedantic. Like,
yeah, it's not great. There's actually a couple in this set that says like if you don't have a supporter card in your discard pile. I don't know why they're doing that. That's
because
one of the big things about the game.
Yeah, like every single turn
like,
you are playing a supporter.
Yeah.
It's like, what do? You have to find Palpad, and then just you're forced to play it after, and only retrieve 1 supporter rather than 2. Like it's weird. It's very, very weird. It gets me kind of toey for what they're gonna do for supporter retrieval, because Palpad comes out of rotation. Correct me if I'm wrong. So that's you've got no supporter retrieval.
Yeah.
Formula says meme, and Ben not a fan either.
Yeah.
Perry hates it.
It's meme.
It's
it's worse than me. It's like trash.
It's trash. No one's gonna play
Every
that.
card that says you have to have no cards in the discard,
Yeah,
like trash.
yeah. It's so
Silly.
limiting. It would need to be like a busted ability or bonus or attack or damage or whatever to justify hamstringing yourself for that. So yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, boys.
I feel like another good card is probably the Jinx.
Jinx. All right. Arcana. My bad. Okay, here we go. Do you want to read it out, or do you know it?
If this Pokemon is knocked out by a Pokemon V, they do not take any prize cards.
That's pretty cool.
With damage.
Almost like Stole.
And the attack is 10 plus 10 for each damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon. So you're using this after you half hit something.
Oh yeah.
And then you do the second half with the Jinx, and then they have to knock it out with a non-V. Otherwise, they don't get a prize card for it.
That's like, this is like Miltank, but if Miltank could bite, almost.
Yeah.
It's just that like
It's
It's
a good bit of fun. Like when I played against LoL for sealed format, this was like a sleeper pick to knock stuff out with. Like it was very, very good fun to play with this Jinx card.
It's it's obnoxious, but that's what Miltank is too. Miltank is a pain that you have to play around.
Yeah.
So I think it's easy to put it into the playable category due to just its ability and what it does. Its ability to clap back. I think it's easy to just do what people do with Miltank and run like 2 in the deck. Especially because the attack is colorless as well. You can slot it in anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. All right.
I think you would go in Zoro Box.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very good in Zoro Box. You half hit and finish it with a Jinx, and you're having a good time.
Yeah, cool. All right, playable. That's definitely playable. That sounds fun. All right. Ho-Oh. We kind of randomly put that in. I didn't think Ho-Oh was any good.
Oh, I just put in every V, just so we have a look at them.
Oh, right. Okay. Okay. It's got an ability. Once during your turn, if this card is in your discard, you may put this card onto your bench. If you do, attach up to 4 basic energy cards from your discard to this Pokemon. If you use this ability, your turn ends. That's a bit of a shame that the turn ends after it.
Yeah.
But it
It feels
does.
so good reading a card and then you just hit your turn ends.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
It's the biggest cock block ever.
It's going so well.
Because it does 220 if you do that, but you have to end your turn. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the only time you're ever doing this is if you go first and you're not getting 4 energies into the discard pile and this.
Yeah.
4 different energies. It's just not happening.
No.
Yeah. So like realistically, you'd probably only have maybe 3 different types of energies in your discard, which would be you're doing 190, you're not doing 220. Like rare. I don't think I've ever seen a deck that runs anything extra unless they're doing like that El Creamy deck, which is hilarious because there's a way you can do that El Creamy deck with Cafe Master in this, and it could be a good bit of fun, I think.
Did you play during like Viridian Forest and what that card did?
I know what Viridian Forest does, and which is why like not having that type of stadium being reprinted is a little bit sad, but what do you do?
Yeah, so
Because that would
they were
make this
running
very,
those-
very interesting.
Yeah, they were running those 4 energy sort of decks, but it doesn't happen now.
All right. This sounds like bad for me.
Yeah, I think it's bad until
I
you
think
find
it's
something for it.
trash in the bin.
Why is nah, you can't say trash because, like, one of the best looking cards from the set, Akarega.
Yeah,
It's like-
we love some Agar,
Yeah.
don't we?
This is actually like goated for a V card. Like every V card should look like these, but
It's gonna bump up just because of its art.
yeah, this is the one exception. That's the
It
one
needs
exception.
all the help it can get, Ben. All right, stop trying to play shit cannon.
That's the one exception. We didn't look at Serperior, which is one of the new V-Star cards, and the V-Star cards are all pretty fun. Move any amount of energy from your Pokemon to your other Pokemon in any way you like. Do you play it with like Leafeon? No, but you gotta put energy. You gotta load up the.
You got
Serperior.
to have the energy in play, which is what I think makes this not as good. Like if you have the energy already in play, excellent. If you don't, this is doing nothing for you, really.
Yeah.
Unless you want to like move everything off of this because you know it's about to die and move it on to the next Pokemon. Like,
Or you want to like Cheryl it next turn, or
yeah.
but yeah.
But then again, there's still another turn where it's sitting in the active, and
great.
probably going to get knocked over at 270.
Yeah.
You could move all the energy onto Unknown V to win the next turn.
He's trying to make it work. It's just not gonna.
I know, it's...
Yeah.
The thing, I guess, if you are a newish player, and this is something I swiftly learned, like, some cards and combos seem like that's busted, like, that could totally work. But so much of the game is like, it's a meme, like, when you're there, like, if I had one more turn, or if I just had that one card, like...
It is the biggest cope in TCG when you finish a game with someone and you just say, oh, if I just had one more turn. Like, don't ever be that person. Just take your L's, pick your cards up, and go to the next game.
Because, yeah, like, a lot of combos look like they could work, but no, they just, most of the time, they just don't. And that's a lot of the game, so...
I feel like its V-Star attack isn't that great either.
60
damage energy attached to this Pokemon, not great.
Yeah. Even you're only doing 180. You're never gonna get. What are you gonna do? You're gonna put 5 energy on it? Nah.
No, you're not going to do that. It does. Mr. Darcy does say it has free retreat, and like having free retreat in the pivot option is always good, but it's not enough to kind of push it up out of trash to bad tier.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Grass has no like good acceleration as well.
Yeah, other than Gardenia's, which is like
tricky.
You probably want to be playing a different supporter.
Yeah.
One of the first decks I learned to play with Ben was Hisuian Lilligant, and it was fun to play. I really wanted to make it work. So many people were like, do not take this to Melbourne, like you will get your cheeks chronically clapped.
Yeah. Good acceleration.
It's just acceleration, like not good.
I guess he could run the DTE and then you're belting it and you're hitting for 200. It's just not enough though, because you want to be one-shotting.
Yeah.
One-shotting the Vs.
At least the Vs, yeah.
Yeah, you at least want to be hitting 220 right now.
Yeah. All right. It's bad. And it's squishy too, which just makes it worse. It's kind of weird. Incandescent Arcana had like no really good V and VSTAR except for Alolan Vulpix, which is kind of just barely good. Kind of weird.
We haven't talked about Mobile yet.
We haven't. Okay, is that Arcana or is that Paranormal?
It's Arcana.
Thanks, Perry. Okay. Flip a coin if heads, discard an energy from your opponent's active. Yeah. Yeah. I guess if you're playing against Arceus, that's kind of fun. Just get rid of the DTA. And then chomp off, discard a random card from your opponent's hand. Yeah. More V-Star. If this Pokemon was on your bench this turn, this attack does 90 more. So 180. 2 energy, not bad.
There used to be a card that did that, but for less damage. So now this one's doing it. So
kind of cool.
Could be good.
Does it have free retreat? It doesn't, but it's like got 1. That's not too bad.
It has 1, which is still pretty like decent enough, I guess.
Yeah. The ability. You may use this ability during your turn. If this Pokemon is on your bench, switch this. Oh, yeah. Switch this Pokemon.
Is Guzma.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then switch your opponent's active with one of their benched. Oh, so it's like, that's kind of cool. It's like Rope and Boss in one. It's cross switcher, isn't it?
It's a cross switcher essentially, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So then you're switching, so you're doing 180. So it's pretty good.
Yeah, Choice Belt, Zig 220. It doesn't seem like it hits hard enough, and it's only 260 HP. It seems bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's 260 HP is not great.
Just doesn't get there.
Yeah.
Sweet the metal. Metal's doing shit right now, so that's pretty good. But yeah, it still gets one-shotted by that Giratina.
Yep.
It's one-shotted by that Lugia. It's not looking good.
No. It's that's bad, I can even say.
Yeah.
It gets one-shotted by Reggie Steel, so it's like it's definitely not good.
Does it really? True?
Yeah, because it's only got 1 retreat. If it had 2, if it had 2, it'd still be in trouble. But it's still you don't want to get knocked out by Reggie Steel. That's like very depressing. I'm not gonna lie.
That's pretty funny. My quick analysis is that the rest of the cards on this are poor, especially the Vs.
Yeah. I think Delphox is pretty fun.
Alright, let's have a look at Delphox. Delphox is one of my least favorite. I hate Delphox as a Pokemon.
Yeah.
Despise him. Delphox. Great art though.
Yeah.
This is really good art.
Hmm.
Flare Parade. This attack does 60 damage for each Serena. That's pretty good.
Yeah, Serena's gonna be getting played.
There you go. But you've got to.
So, like,
Okay, so do you lost? Sorry, Ben, I keep cutting you off. Tell me your thoughts. Hit us.
well, there was a Charizard that used to get played, which had Leon and did exact same for the amount of Leons in the discard pile.
Oh, try remember that one. Yep.
This one only requires 1 energy and it's colorless, so that's pretty good.
Yep.
And is also combined with a Rapidash that is in this set. I'm pretty sure.
No, it's in Paradigm Trigger, the Rapidash.
The Rapidash is discard a fire energy and you can do
Extra 30.
extra 30.
Is the Rapidash from this set? I think it is, but I can't see it. It's not coming up. I can't find
It
the
might be
Rapidash.
on the next page, because I think there's 2 pages on this.
No. Guess no Rapidash. What does the Rapidash do? Has someone got it in front of him?
Yeah, it's just discard and then draw 30. Do an extra 30.
Ah, okay.
And then, like, so that puts you up to 90. And I'm pretty sure you can use more than 1 Rapidash.
Yeah, I think you can too. And that's only a stage 1 Pokemon, so it's like it does have some usage, which is worrying, really.
Yeah.
I really despise that Charizard deck with Leon in it, especially because it was like you could buy one of those decks off the shelf. So a lot of people ran it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna be annoyed if this has like somewhat of a good run on ladder, but look, it's pretty neat otherwise.
I think it's just playable. It's just playable.
Yeah.
Because, like, you can have, 1 Serena in the discard pile, 2 Rapidash down, and a belt, and you're hitting 150 for a single prizer. Pretty good. Because you'd be running the rare candies.
Yeah.
You'd be,
Yeah.
I think the fact that it only needs 1 energy to be able to do it is what helps.
Yeah, true.
Do those decks annoy you, Perry? Because, like, when I played against Charizard, I was just like, it's...
I don't know. I used to run Metal Deck, and just in general, it was always just an annoying deck that would come out of nowhere. Your opponent would literally have nothing left in hand, and they'd somehow manage to get a win out of nothing, and it used to just really irritate me. So, yeah, I've got PTSD.
Magikarp was good. It was good until Sableye came out and ruined my day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's the other thing with Swim Freely. I know we talked about it way back then before, but with Candice, but yeah, that Swim Freely deck's dead because of Sableye. Like, just knocking out the 50 HP and then having that extra 70 to put on a seal is no good.
Yeah.
All right. Barely playable. I'm with Formula.
It's barely playable.
I'm putting it in bad.
Like,
Yeah.
you can play it, but why would you?
Watch me rock up to a Wednesday with it.
I'll put it in playable because you can.
I know,
play
and
it.
I'll probably face you in the first round and be like, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. And then I'll like one shot like a Lugia or something, and they'll be like, "Oh, cool, this is pretty neat."
What set's this card from?
Okay. Magiana V. This is the last remaining Vs. This attack does 30 damage to 1. Magiana. Oh yeah. Magiana. Yeah. Right. Okay. Wait, Hunter Todd said I ran a fossil deck in the Platinum days, so I'm pumped for Omastar even though it won't be competitive. We were talking about it before, Hunter Todd. I don't know if you were here, and I was trashing it. Between that Aerodactyl and the fossils from Astral Radiance, dining room table matches will be fun. Yeah, I guess, you know what? That's something that I kind of, like, don't ever think about. Like, when I look at these cards with you guys, I'm like, is it good or is it bad? It's like, it's black and white. I forget that people are like, it's fun. Like, I'll play it for funsies. I forget that. I'm out
One of those, right? So like Dull Box and all that. You just want to have a fun time.
Yeah. But if you're losing though, are you having fun? That's my whole issue. This is the thing that
Yeah. There's a Moltres that's like +10 for fire, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
The one
it's
from
getting better.
Formula's gonna crack your head in. You played every Friday night for a year of high school, never competed or anything. How come you never competed, but you had a great time? Yeah, I guess. I see it. Maybe I just take it too seriously. Maybe I'm just... an asshole.
Oh,
I stop playing if I'm not having fun, and like I've done that in games before, where I'm just like, no, I'm not playing this because I just not having fun. I'd rather just have a break and then go and start fresh for the next game. Because if you carry it, then you're just going to feel horrible for the rest of the night, and that's no way to be. Like getting beat up about one game that you played of children's playing cards, and then just wearing that as your heart on your sleeve and carrying that aggression into the next game. We have too many young people at our locals as well. You don't really want to be that dude, the grouch.
Yeah. Also talking about Delphox again.
You just won't let it go.
The Rapidash can discard a fire to do 30, but then you can just Magma Basin back the fire that you're discarding. So it's just it's got a bit that's
Free.
like makes it sound good, but it's just not there.
Stop giving people ideas.
Yeah.
Everyone, hey, we were saying this before. Why did fire get nerfed? Hey, here it is. It's coming back.
Yeah.
This is good.
It's coming back.
It's coming back in single prize form.
Yeah.
Megiana, does it? I guess it's metal. This attack does 30 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Yeah.
Yeah, crap.
If this Pokemon has any special energy, it does 120 more. 220.
Like, it was good in sealed format because of Vulpix. Like, outside of that, it is not a good card in any way, shape, or form.
Binet, alright.
Yeah.
What else? Do we have any other Vs from this set that we have missed, or are all the other Vs in the next one?
Reshi, if you really wanted to talk about it, but...
attach up to 2 basic from your deck to one of your Pokemon in play. Charge on fire again? Nah. And flip a coin if tails this Pokemon can't attack. I hate those attacks so much.
Yeah, it's crap.
There you go. Chuck the Rapidash in that, then you're starting to get into the numbers you need to be hitting.
Yeah, Choice Bell 260. That Mawile is good as dead.
Alright. Bad, only because it just barely services this stupid Rapidash and Delphox deck, and Megiana is trash.
And then Metalon's trash.
Yeah.
We're getting into like the trash ones.
We left the trash till last.
2 more to go.
You're supposed to do these at the start or like in the middle to like pad it out and then finish on a strong note. We've actually finished on a flat. What are the last ones? Hang on, wait. Chespin? No, Chestnut, sorry. Point and shoot. If your active Chestnut V is damaged by an opponent's attack, put 3. That's pathetic. And then heal 30. That's so bad.
It's like, you think about it, it's a starter Pokemon from a generation that was like massively overshadowed by Greninja. So it's like, you probably get that one kid being like, yes, Chestnut finally gets a V, finally got his time in the sun. And then it's literally this bad of a card. And it's just like, TPCI being like, regret your decisions, regret them now.
No, that's bad. Okay. And then the last one is... Oh, what's that guy's? It's Skunk Tank. That's it. Yeah. Yep. This attack does 30 damage to one of your opponent's benched. If that Pokemon retreated during your opponent's last, it already sounds bad. This attack does 120 damage to that Pokemon instead. That sounds so bad.
It's so bad.
It's just like these Pokemon where they're like not doing enough to knock out another V or get anywhere close. That also have like 2 energy or 3 energy requirements are just bad.
Yeah, a bit silly.
It's all bad.
Yeah.
All right.
Did you want to talk about the Luxray? Oh, not.
Which sets it from Paradigm?
It's from Paradigm. It got revealed like 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
Only because it's an interesting card and it's... I wouldn't say it's meta defining, but it's an interesting card to finish on rather than just trash Vs.
Well, I think people said... And you like the Zoroark box deck a lot, Ben. I know you've played it before. I saw people say that this is a card that helps that because now you've got like a good electric type for it. Is that true?
Well, it doesn't.
Oh, the Luxio is the good electric type to chuck in.
Not the Luxray.
No, the Luxray is slightly different.
Yeah. You'd want to be running the Luxio.
Why the Luxio?
So Luxio for 1 lightning energy. This attack does 90 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon that have any Pokemon tools attached. Which means that if people are going to start running these tablets, and with Belt and Air Balloon and everything else going on, this is actually quite a good attacker in general. just to kind of like shoot 90 all over the shop.
The Lugias will be running like a bead charm or a belt, and they'll have one of those on it. And then suddenly, if you have like a belt on this, you're doing 240, which is like it's relevant.
Oh
Very,
yeah,
very
okay.
good.
Yeah, right. And not the Luxray at all.
The Luxray is like interesting for like build and battle format, explosive start. If this Pokemon is in your hand when you're setting up play, you may put it face down as an active Pokemon. I think this will be a promo more than anything. And then it's attack for 1 colorless, which means you can put it in anything. 50 damage, search your deck for up to 2 trainer cards, reveal them, put them in your hand, shuffle your deck. It's just a good setup option.
Yeah, fair enough. All right.
And this formula just said the Talonflame that this kind of Luxray imitates did win the World Championships.
Yeah. But that was also, that thing could attack on your first turn, right? That Talonflame, Luke? That Talonflame could attack even if you went first?
I think there was the Talonflame V. I don't know if there's been another one that was able to attack turn 1.
I think the Talonflame they're talking about is like the old one,
Yeah.
the stage 2.
It did the same thing. If you had it in your opening hand, you could start it.
So basically, Serena is the most cracked card from this next drop, and Lugia is going to be really cool. I'm gonna build Lugia straight away. Like it's just straight up. I'm just gonna do it.
It'll be a lot of money.
Yeah,
it'll be like Arceus levels of expensive when the set first releases.
Yeah.
Yeah, Arceus is like what, $50? Arceus VSTAR is like $50 each when the first drop.
I think it was more than that.
Really?
Can't wait for someone to bring that Vulpix and you'd be like, I literally just can't even hit this.
Yeah.
Vulpix?
The new mill tank.
Like Stall, like I don't hate Stall. Yeah, I don't hate Stall, but it never feels like there's a good way to, like there's a good Stall deck to play. Gudra, that's why I bought after the winner case, and seeing Darcy's list, I bought like a bunch of Gudra Vs cheap because it's like semi-Stall. It creates problems for your opponent. I feel like any deck that makes your opponent's deck harder is like a good deck in this format, especially anyone that's playing anything with like Intel. I like the Vulpix though, like on paper, but it just seems squishy. But
just hit for more damage, and it's not a problem.
Just do more.
Just keep hitting harder and harder, and it's fine.
I like Lugia though, because it seems like Lugia is gonna be quite intricate in how, like, which energy you put in it, and then which ones you choose to put on it when. Like, that seems fun. Pokemon's kind of like solving a puzzle, isn't it? Like when you're playing it against someone else, like you're trying to solve the puzzle of how to win the match. So I feel like I like that aspect where the deck's kind of complex. Lugia looks kind of complex. It's going to be fun to play.
Yeah, definitely. I think the Gardevoir will come around, not this set, but the one after. The same with the item. It'll come around, not this set, but the one after when rotation hits. The Vulpix, if you don't play Peak in Lugia, you might run into some trouble. We also didn't talk about, like, Lugia can run slacking, so you can even hit harder.
Yeah, it can too.
And you can accelerate to the slacking with the Archeops.
Oh yeah, you can too. Slacking V. I've played against that once, someone playing with Arceus, and it is decent. It's the Pokemon Go one,
find a way to accelerate to Regidrago, make it busted.
Yeah, this actually is kind of busted, this attack, with a belt. 260, 290.
And then you got the powerful energies.
Oh yeah, true. Damn.
And you probably would
You can even just run a one-off Regigigas in your Lugia decks, and then you can, for your VMAX matchups, and you can attach the special energy and then hit for like easy 300 without any modifiers. So it's all there. It's all happening for Lugia, isn't it?
I feel like if you start this, though, Lugia has a rough time.
Yeah.
I reckon you're running Gurus in Lugia. You're running. You need a Dunsparce. Manaphy probably doesn't matter because everything is too high for Greninja to even care about. Yeah, I think Lugia's the play next set.
It looks so complicated. Like the next set looks super complex. Like Giratina, like Lost Origin was pretty like black and white, I feel. Like you have Lost Box and you've got Tina, and it just operates the way it does with Lost Zone. Like it was pretty quick and easy to understand how it operates. But this looks insane. Like you've got the tablet coming in that's going to help you massively. You've got the Vulpixes coming in. You got the Lugias coming in. Like there's a lot of different. There's new decks coming in, and then there's other cards that are coming in, and like giving other old decks massive boosts. Like LAIC looks like it's going to be insane. Like how do you even make the meta call? You can't. Like you can't. How can you call? What the hell's going to happen? It's just like it feels. I don't know. Like I'd be sweating if I was going LAIC. Like how do you pick what you're going to take?
Mate, the flying Pikachu might actually come back because it like gets the Lugia for weakness.
Yeah.
So,
but what if no one takes the Lugia? Like what?
I think going into it, Lugia will be played a lot.
Do people pick? Like, do people just take like the new set? Like we were saying this before, the new set's meta deck because people aren't used to the matchup, and then have a better run because like
Yep, and they'll know their 60 and they'll be testing what to do against other people. So like they would know the matchup, and then people playing it who haven't tested the matchup would have a rough time.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
If whatever you're taking, you'd play it against everything else if it's a new deck, and then you'd know what to do, and other people would be like, "I wasn't ready for this."
Yeah. Damn. It's gonna be Incense. And I think Silver Tempest didn't get delayed a week, so like it's gonna even be harder for people to get their hands on these cards too. So if you got an
it's gonna muck up some of the regionals, I think.
It's still gonna be legal at the same time.
Yeah. Just
is
a
it?
week. I think so. Like I think it's delayed a week, but it's still legal for LAIC.
Mate, eBay sales are gonna go massive.
Be Troppo.
Watch Mewtwo just absolutely wreck LAIC.
Yeah, I reckon you're right. Like, I thought Mewtwo was like done for. Like people weren't going to play it anymore. But then Drapion came out. There's the same things happened now. Mew's got another boost.
I was talking about Mewtwo.
Oh, you're talking about Mewtwo. Sorry.
I was talking about Mewtwo.
Oh, my bad.
Union.
He's talking about his deck.
Talking about his
I'm
deck.
talking about my
Well,
deck.
book the flight then. Go.
I think Serena is very good in a lot of decks, especially Mewtwo. Play it at LAIC. Trust me.
Nah, all good. Well, that was fun. That was good actually as well for me, like personally, because now I feel learned.
Cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you kind of just need to sit down and like have that assessment with someone that knows what they're talking about.
Send me lists, print me proxies. He wants me to actually make a 60 card deck of it.
I got a fair chunk of Paradigm Trigger, so like the Japanese boxes, and they're gonna come probably 3 or 4 days after it releases on Friday by the time they get from Japan. And I hate printing proxies. Detest it.
Yeah. This the good thing for you and me, J-Love, is that we actually, because we have the Japanese stock, we can rock up to locals.
Yeah.
Or even build like the build-in battles with the proxies already there, ready to go in Japanese. Know what the cards do and kind of start to get a head start.
I think I'm gonna be a bit of a flat track bully with this set, and
Get ahead of the curve.
yeah, I think I'm gonna test it a lot so that when we get to like the winter case and stuff, even though it's like, which is just the shit thing about OCE right now is that we have like nothing to play for except these like money tournaments, which are cool, they're good, but like I get
this set.
Sorry,
Brisbane should be this set.
Brisbane will be like February, won't it, or January?
It's usually December.
Oh really? Oh
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is it really? Oh shit.
Yeah, and they just haven't even announced anything. And watch them be like a month out, be like, Brisbane.
Yeah, this is happening.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's pretty much what happened last time, and they sold out in like a minute.
Damn. So I gotta actually no. Well, okay, even better that I am gonna be a sweat then.
Yeah, so they're going to shadow drop it at like 3 in the morning Australia time, so we will literally not have any notice. Then when it comes to registrations, it'll be once again at 3 in the morning. So
that's what happened with Melbourne. That's what happened with Melbourne.
Yeah.
Melbourne Regionals was like that, and I only registered that. I was like, someone, I think it was Revel. No, Revel linked it to me and was like, Melbourne registrations up at 2 a.m. And I was like, I'll do that now because I'm going to forget. And then I didn't even think about it the next day, and then it sold out in a day. So, yeah. Okay, so December, shit.
I think you can safely move Lugia up more than I'm thinking about it. I didn't know it was weak to electric. That changes a lot.
We've already got it at meta. You reckon it's God tier?
Yeah, I reckon it's going to be at the front. What is going on?
It's going to be at the front, but I don't know. I'm not ready to call it God tier yet.
I reckon like top 8 at this IC will be all just Lugias like it was for Melbourne. Everyone in that top 8 will be playing a Lugia.
What's up, Noms? Good to see you.
Someone will like find a way to make it real good. Let's get sweaty next week.
We have to. Like, I mean, I want to be a flat track bully and get sweaty for the winner case, and then
yeah,
but the thing,
you need the prize on the line. That's what motivates you more than anything.
Yeah, I like get fired up when I'm like have a bad start, and then or like if there's like something to play for, like I get a bit into it.
I feel like the winner case, because like Mazer Fitzroy doesn't let you play with proxies.
No,
I think that's a bit weird. Yeah,
that is the dumbest thing. It's
that early on as well. Literally 2 weeks after the set's been out, it's just like you can't unless you have like the actual cards, and it's a bit rude. I'm not gonna lie. By the way, the one thing I don't agree with
the winner case is at Kraken Games Melbourne, which is in Brunswick. So if you're watching this and you're in Australia, Melbourne, it's the 18th of November, I think.
Yeah, sure. Place to be.
It's the place to be. That's it. That's the motto. Das. So Das actually, Ben, you know Darcy, yeah? That's Mr. Darcy, yeah. Oh, you already know. Okay, cool. Das, another top Aussie player from Shepparton. Not actually. He's gone LAIC. No, he's Geelong, yeah. Docs. Yeah. He's gone LAIC. I'm gonna gun hard for the win at case next time. Bro, you're supposed to say I'm gonna gun hard for the LAIC win. Not the case.
Well, I think if he goes well at the winning case, he would surely go well at LAIC.
Yeah.
So it's a good start.
Parsi has that's actually funny. I got a tech for local. I took the Drapion now. I was like, no, I'm not playing it. That was the first time I've ever done that, where I was like, no one's playing Mew at this event. I'll chance whoever plays it. And it was like a 50-person event. And I think I played Mew round 1, but I tied, which was a good result.
It always happens as well. It's like the moment that you change something in your list, you need it in your first game, and you're like, Jesus.
I looked at those like 50 people that went to that winner case. I'm like, man, I know like 7 people here. Crazy.
There's a lot of people like coming from like outside of Melbourne to like come to those events, which is really, really good.
Yeah.
Well,
like the crew from Geelong's like actually a really awesome bunch of people.
Yeah.
Angus is terrifying, so.
Yeah, he's very good. I was talking to him and he has no idea what he's doing for the LAIC.
You're supposed to leak that.
Dude's been doxed already.
This is what Ben says a lot to me, is that once League Cups start up again, and even Luke, and I've doxed Luke Formula so many times tonight, and Perry. Well, Perry, not so much you, but these fellas. Sorry, Perry. Now it looks like I'm excluding you. Plus, like, you're not on the camera, so I'm like, shut up, Perry.
Yeah, plus L plus ratio, bozo.
One thing these boys keep saying is that once League Cups start here again in Australia, it's going to be insane, because I guess it's easy to travel around Victoria and Melbourne where the events are happening. So people are going to travel from one event to another to another. You're going to keep playing the same like 30, 40, 50, 60 people at these League Cups. Like, they're going to be like mini regionals in a way. And they're going to be stacked. But that's what happens. Like everyone just travels and goes to these events here in Vic. I found.
When we start doing the double cup weekends, there's gonna be people coming from South Australia, Sydney, Brisbane.
Yeah.
They'll fly down for the weekend, try and win those 100 points you get from winning 2 cups.
Well, it's financially, it's a financially sound. It's fiscally responsible to fly around like Brizzy, Perth, and go to locals than to fly to like EUIC and go up against like 1,500 different people. Like,
yeah,
you're better off just playing this circuit.
And then have to drop out after like 3 games because you're just having a shocking day.
Yeah, like
because it's the IC's like the new sets and you don't know what's going on, and someone's playing some Lugia thing that you've never seen before.
Yeah. Yeah, like why? Because the Americans come down for OCIC, don't they? Like sometimes
everyone comes. Yeah, I played Tord here in Australia once.
Fucking crazy though. Like, why can't you just not come to our IC? Like, I know it's an international, but like, why can't you just not come?
They also get paid to come. Like, there's like 24 that will get stipend to come.
I forget about the prize money as well. That's why they come, because there's money involved.
Yeah, like I came top 64 at IC last year, and I got a box. I was like, oh, that's crazy. I get a box for being nowhere near the top.
Yeah, that's not bad, but also like a box, like give him something else. Give him a spell.
I think I got money.
It's funny because the VGC players, if they win, they get a box of cards, and they just like, well, what do I even do with this?
There was still a lot of people missing from the winner case. Like, none of the Ballarat people came, who are like, I don't know if you know the Ballarat people, but they are so like,
they're hilarious. They're so good.
They're so high energy.
Yeah, and they're into it. They're really into it.
They're my favorite though. Like when I see Erin, I'm like, oh, the whole gang's here today. Like it's gonna be one of those days.
Look what the cat dragged in.
Pretty much.
Is that Erin Pebbles?
I'm not sure. I don't think it's Pebbles.
Doctor.
Just everyone's just getting doxed on this.
Left, right, and center.
I remember that she came once and she like brought a mat that she drew herself, and everyone she played on the day, she got them to sign it. I was like, this is
that's
really
pretty
cool.
awesome. Though.
Was it? Yeah,
yeah.
I think it maybe could be the same person we're talking about. Doxed. RIP. Sorry, Erin.
It's really good though, like the crew that we have, especially in Victoria. Like Jose made a very, very good point, like as a pep talk for the lot of us at Kraken before regionals, where it was just like, please understand that the skill level for a lot of players here is actually quite high, and don't second guess yourself. And then lo and behold, you start playing against people at Melbourne regionals who are from like all over Australia, and it actually did feel like that. Hey, I'm actually not that much of a novice. With the people that, even though I don't take the most wins out of the people that are at our locals, because they are actually really good players.
Yeah, the locals are intense. Like, I was saying this to the boys as well, like, the winner case, my round 6 was winning in, and I was like, sweating in my seat, because I was like, I want to win this so badly, but Justin is sweaty. Like, Justin, who owns Kraken, is really good now. Like,
max rarity English deck.
I think him and I, we started around the same time, so like we've had the similar trajectory. But when I matched up against him, I was like, oh man, like this is gonna be intense, and it was full on. Like that was a high pressure day, and it was just a winner case. Dar said he played Tord at the IC, OCIC. I'd go home.
Yeah. he beat
just
me
get up and leave.
Beat me on his third turn of time, and it was just the craziest thing you'd ever see. I was like sitting there like, wow, that is why you're the best.
Far out.
Yeah. This is like K Miners at Melbourne Regionals round 1 played Natalie Miller in the first round and got absolutely stomped. And I was just like, well, that's one way to start.
We roasted him so hard.
We did too. It was actually really bad. I felt awful afterwards.
That was so funny. But I think that's right. When we saw pairings, I was like a bit away, and then all of a sudden I just heard unlucky, like from you and Joe. So funny. Oh, that was so funny. Then he got smoked. Yeah.
He did too. Actually, you know what? I've got to say, and this is one of the funny things about Pokemon TCG being a game of chance, is Dustin. I'm pretty sure Melbourne Regionals was his first regionals. round 1 and round 2, I'm pretty sure he lost his first 2 games in a row, and then round 2, in the first 2 games in a row, he lost both of them because he opened with like Sobble and then had nothing else, and he was running Palkia, and like he had to just like going second, attach and pass, and it was just like, or not even attach, it was just pass, and he just got wiped out like 10-minute games, 5-10 minute games max, and it was just like, that's brutal for your first regionals.
Why?
Like Jose's first regionals, didn't he come like top 16 or something?
Blitzen.
Oh, in Brisbane?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got 14th, I think it was, running Gengar VMAX in the Mew meta.
Yeah.
So it was like, yeah, it was a good call. It was a good meta call.
Yeah. One thing I was thinking about the other day was the list that we took to Melbourne regionals, because I took Palk and Intel. It's like, why didn't I just take the list I'm playing now? Like, the list I'm playing now is so good with the battle VIPs and the cross switches. It's like, it makes so much sense. But like, and the
but it's like a woulda, coulda, shoulda kind of thing, you know? Like, were you at that level where you would be comfortable playing the deck the way that you are now versus how you used to play it, where you used to just like be overwhelmed by too much text going on, where you like, I remember the first time you played Leon in that deck and you were able to use it to one-shot a Mew, you were just like, I just need to do this all the time now. And it was just like, well, bit hard to do, you know?
You were saying that about like, Jose playing Gengar into the Mew meta. I went to Melbourne Regional and I played Arc Picker into the Palkia meta, and then didn't hit a Palkia all day.
That's
rough. Bananas. That's absolutely bananas.
That's a sin.
So all on the top tables, I just couldn't get there.
Yeah.
That's a sin.
Yeah, my matchups were just like things that couldn't beat Palkia, and I was like, so why are you here? And they're like, I'm just having fun. You dog, you're ruining my day. I played against like Arc Beedrill, and I'm like, so the Beedrill does nothing. And he's like, against Palkia, and he's like, yeah. I'm like, so why are you playing it? He's like, it's fun.
Just just F in the chat.
Yeah, but that's part of it as well, and that's probably a bigger part that I don't think a lot of people talk about, is like how you pair on the day based on how well you're doing, because it's so hard to get off the bottom tables once you're there. Like, it is really, really difficult, and that was part of my problem on the day, is that like first game win, second game loss against Jeremy playing Mew, and then it was a win, and then it was a loss, and then I just never got out of those really awkward matchups like Duraludon VMAX and just other weird shit that was going on, like Dargo VSTAR. Like, no one else was running it except for this one dude, and I was just like, I just had the hardest time.
I think I hit a Dragapult round 1. I was like, God, what is happening to me?
Oh, well, Little Angus was playing Dragapult VMAX at Melbourne Regionals, I remember, and he comes to Maze on a Friday night, and I was just like, dude, why are you playing this deck? He's just like, same thing, it's fun. I'm like, okay, you do you then.
I think that guy playing the Dragapult only beat me for the whole day.
Okay, that kind of hurts.
Yeah, and he never let me forget about it. Every time I saw him for the rest of the day, he's like, I got my one win. I was like, yeah, cool, man.
Please
Thanks.
leave. Please leave.
So oh, that's so funny, man. Yeah, I hope OCI sees in Melbourne, because like it's gonna be so fun.
They can't do it in Sydney anymore.
They can't.
Why not?
Oh, they just got like way too many people for the venue, and we got like the right sort of size
Exhibition center.
Yeah.
And also, we just have a way bigger pool of players.
Yeah.
Like,
you're not
Sydney
wrong.
might get 50 people to a local league.
Yeah.
And Kraken's pushing. What has to cap 50 for the winner case?
Yeah.
Kraken can probably fit like 70, 80, but like it'll be fucking pushing it.
Yeah, but they capped it, didn't they, at 50?
Oh, for the winner cases, yeah. But like, like when like those league cups start, like it's gonna be heaving.
Wait until you get your first place challenge card. You're gonna feel so stoked.
What is that? What is that?
You don't know what that is?
Nah.
Let's see if I can find one.
Let me just go and open the binder and show you some real collectibles.
See, Darcy, I had this same problem with Mel Regionals. I really got to finish the video for that. I love the cross switches. I love them, but everyone was like, they're alright. And like, I was like, but they're so fun. Like, you get them and then it's just like, retreat both. Like, it's cool. But yeah, I took them out. I don't think I took cross switcher into the day. I think I took something else that I like never used once. What did I take? I think I put like, I can't remember. I think there was.
It could have been worse. You could have been like me, who literally chose Lugia
that was so funny.
Sparkling over Greninja, which was the dumbest move. But
Yeah.
it's like you learn from stuff like this,
Yeah, that
and you only become better because of it.
Ah, right. Yeah. Okay.
There we go. Beautiful.
Stamp.
And yeah, so it gets stamped. It's like top 4 at league challenges get these sort of cards.
Yeah.
And
That's pretty
just meant
sweet.
to be just meant to be your trophies.
Yeah. Cool.
But then the cups, you just win a map, and the second, third, and fourth get anything. They get frowned upon.
Ouch.
I wonder if people will still come for the championship point events. That is a good question. Yeah. I wonder how many people are like going full sweats on it. We'll go to the
Well,
league.
it's good for us because we've got a lot lower kind of CP cap that we need for Worlds qualifying. We need only 250, whereas people in Europe, I think, need 400 or something, or 450, and then the US or North America need 500, something ridiculous like that.
Yeah. They need double. Well, we got a smaller. We need less. Sorry, I'm just laughing.
Which
at
means
formula.
essentially you just need to come first in a regionals and then like just get 50 points on the fly, and then you're sweet.
Yeah.
I tell you now, you say like it's easy, you're gonna have a real struggle time.
Nah, I don't think it's easy to get first in a regionals. Perry, I know you're just like, all you need to do is just get top 1 at a regionals. and then
Just
a
win.
league
Just
event.
win, bro. It's not
You get-
fucking hard. Just win.
We get like 3 regionals, and if Brisbane doesn't happen, then we're gonna get 2, and an IC, and then you're gonna be like fighting everyone for winning a cup. And winning a cup is tough.
How many cups roughly happen a season?
I think a store can have 1 a quarter.
So probably like 20 cups total probably happen. Oh, there's probably like 30 cups happening minimum around the country, right?
Yeah.
Just go to every cup and win every.
Yeah, just fly around the country.
Well,
every weekend.
the Pokemon's a probability and percentage game. You just gotta hope that if you go to 30 cups, 1 in 3, you have like, you draw good, you have great matchups, and you don't misplay, and you should win, technically. That's it.
Yeah, but you have to play against Henry Brand, Angus Johnson, Peter Lowe, and then like you'll have Brent coming and Natalie coming, and
Yeah. Christian and Jeremy and all that, yeah.
yeah.
Damn, Daniel.
The Sableyes coming to crew, and they've made something that's just like
They got
ruining
jackets and
everyone.
everything, don't they?
Yeah,
They're like a
the
bowling
shirts.
club.
Formula was wearing his Team Ghost. Is it Team Ghost? Team Gengar? What was the shirt? It was cool. I thought it was like an actual shirt like that you bought from the Pokemon Center, but I think it was his team shirt. Were you not in the team, Ben?
Does that mean that we have to make our own team shirts?
That's what I'm saying. Do I
or
need to make team shirts now?
Do we need a band name and everything? This is going to be probably one of the hardest decisions of your life. You thought making OKJ was a difficult decision.
Well, I was saying
Wait
this
until you have to
for
name what the
us,
band is.
So now we're called the Pentagon.
The Pentagon. What on earth is the
Scheming.
Pentagon?
We're scheming. Like the Pentagon.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a
Pretty
Pokemon
shitty.
Center shirt. Oh, it was like the drip the from the World Stream. Yeah. But it had like something on the back that made me think it was something totally different. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah.
You know why they're called the Sableyes, right?
No, I don't. What's
So
this?
they're South Australia, so Sableyes, SA.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they like put a mascot with their state.
I hate Adelaide. I make fun of it all the time.
So what are we going to be? The Victory Bells? Like,
Yeah.
That's so cringe.
I think what with the Melbourne Magikarps, right? That's the one they've.
Oh
they got
yeah, I've
going
seen
right now.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Brisbane's the Brisbane Buzzwolves, but that's a VGC thing. It's not the
Yeah,
TCG
and that's
thing.
what's his name? I know that guy that VGC is part of the Boswells.
Yeah.
What's his name? He's a very angry player too, actually.
There's the Underground.
There's so much lore. I'm like playing full catch up. I'm like, tell me more. I want to know more. What to catch up on? The J. Don't. I know someone was. I knew someone was like, it's only a matter of time till someone says the J lovers.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah! Everyone just gets my face planted on their back on the t-shirt.
No, I'm good, thanks, mate.
When I was playing with my high school mates, we had a shirt made up.
What did it say on it?
We were the Pokey Doys.
The Pokey Doys.
Yeah, the Pokey Doys. It's just some meme thing amongst our friends, and we thought it was just fun. Will you sponsor me?
Why does everyone want to sponsor? I don't get it. What does the sponsor do? Pays for your flights?
I think they more like give you cheap deals on cards, and then you can or like first dibs on cards.
Oh, right.
Just pull the cards. It's not hard.
Just find the cards.
So like Henry's
And brother in Christ, just open packs.
Yeah. So like Henry's going to LAIC, so he'd probably like have it all lined up to get the cards from Kraken.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. You would not say no to that. Yeah, right. Well, this was kind of fun. It is getting a bit on, so I don't know. I'm streaming, so I'm just like, I'll just stream forever.
So I'll just keep talking.
Yeah, I'll just keep talking. But nah, it's late.
Yeah, all good.
It's pretty tough getting cards. Yeah, look, I was gonna say like, anyone who's gone LAIC, just let me know because I'll open up my stuff and then I'm not competing for anything. So if you're that desperate, if it gets that hard, I'll just give you what you want and then you just give it.
Sorry, we can rely on Jose for cards as well. Like the dude literally rocked up to Maze where it was you couldn't use any proxies and had like binders, like play sets full, and he's just like, yeah, whatever you need, just come and grab him.
He's the Santa Claus of Melbourne.
He is the Santa Claus of Melbourne.
Refresh cherry every 10 minutes for 2 weeks. And we'll steal all of Justin's cards, so there won't be much left for Angus and I.
Yeah. Henry will probably build literally the 4 best decks, and then there'll be nothing left. There'll be no Lugias, there'll be no Regidragos.
You just get the scrap stars.
Angus is gonna go to LAIC playing Alolan Vulpix.
He'll just take Reggie's again.
Why are you playing this deck? It was all that was available.
He's playing the Regidrago, but with Lance.
the poor Lance. He's wearing Pumas as well.
Yeah. He's playing Gardevoir because they didn't have any Inteleons left.
You guys get the scraps. You guys get leftovers.
Oh god.
Serena and Reggie's is busted. Very good.
You just have the Drago V but no V-Star.
I can imagine that actually.
Fuck, that's funny.
Rocks up with like that. He's played Omastar to get his the fossils out because he can't get Lugias.
Oh shit.
I feel like we're just ripping into Angus now. We're sitting there like, oh, come on, guys.
How much can you beat one bloke up while he's not here? It's not.
And he'll still bloody place. He'll probably top 16 as well.
Yeah, you're like, let's go.
He's like the MacGyver of LAIC. He just makes it work.
It's easy, bro. While Mew's a thing, you can just play Mew as your backup deck, and it's like you're guaranteed to place.
We have Lugia VSTAR. The VSTAR home Omastar. That's actually fucking good. All right.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Thanks.
Good night.
Thank you everybody for tuning into tonight's stream. That was something we have never done here before, but I thought it was pretty fun. Ben, thanks for joining.
That was a good laugh.
Thanks for your insight, Ben. I learned a lot. And remember Ben Kill 20. I don't know if he's streaming his COD, but there he is.
That's me.
He's a gamer.
Good night, 2 vs less than 3.
And Perry, thank you as well for coming on and helping me with tech just before the stream started.
No, thanks for having me here, man. I appreciate it.
It was very fun. We do want to do this again because this is something Ben's been asking me about for a while, and Perry and I have been wanting to get off the ground since January of this year.
For a very long time.
So the plan was actually, I was like, let's do this in the new year, in December. And I was like, Perry, will you want to do it with me? Perry's like, hell yeah, man, I want to do it. And then it didn't even start to like come to fruition until May of this year. And then I moved, and then it's just been hectic. Then you got married.
You literally had me waiting for 6 months.
Yeah,
bro. Like, come on.
So the idea is when we do this again, we'll do it in person. When this room is set, I'll get the boys over because we're in the same. We live close enough, and I've got an idea. Like I've got the mic set up, the cameras. Like it's gonna be cool because this is fun. I think we did pretty well over webcam, but I think it'll be even better in person. So yeah, we'll do it again. And this VOD's also going on YouTube. It won't go on youtube.com/okjlevel. It will go on the VOD's channel. You can see the VOD's channel there. Subscribe, and you'll get a notification. I'll put this up tomorrow morning. If you want to pass it on to anybody who missed it in Melbourne or Australia that you think might be interested, just give them the link. But yes, I'll put the whole full, unfiltered, uncensored, the swears and all.
I swore twice. I was like, oh god,
I don't care. No, I don't care. Like, look, the VOD.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
You did good. I'm the potty mouth. Yeah, are you invited? Yeah, we'll get different people on. We can do our own Luke.
You can come on with me if you would like, Luke, because we live close to each other, so it's fine.
Can I censor all your comments? No, I'm not editing any of this. This just goes up raw. It goes up straight up, just the way we like it. All right, bedtime. Thanks again, guys. And
thank you.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. It's just me. Yeah, cool. See ya. It feels so weird just ending a stream like that. I feel like I have to do like a proper goodbye. Bye, Fonzie. Bye, Myrna. Thanks for tuning in. Cinny, thank you. Das Formula, thank you guys so much. Strawberry, thank you. And Grey Rune, thanks, man. It was a little bit of fun. Dark Grey Peace, man, thank you. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Otto, much love. All right. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time. Oh, Sunday morning, I'm going to play Mario Kart with viewers. I probably forgot to say that. I should be doing that Sunday morning, this Sunday. Mario Kart with viewers. Join the Discord if you're not in it yet, so that you can, like, if you want to do that, you can come in and play with us. And we can organize that. All right. See you, Hunter Todd, man. Thank you for tuning in. It was good to see you, man. Bedtime. Bye. Bye.